whatever is necessary to see that this problem is brought before the United Nations.
Have you had any commitments from any nations in Africa to support you?
I would rather not say at this time. But one thing I found in my travels, all of them look upon us as their long-lost brother.
You realize the implication is that you have had such commitments when you say...
This is your interpretation of what I said.
Revealing approved information now, episode 15, I mean, the boy back in the building. It's been a break. Like, what, 2 weeks? Something like that. Last episode, I mean, my man Kayvon was on. Man, we're gonna chop it up on a few things. Man, yo, what the fuck's good with, yo, my boxing fans, man, what's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling, man? Yeah, man, it was a good fight last night. Yeah, I mean, the Bomber versus Ortiz, we're gonna get into it. And the Barclays in Brooklyn, he came out with Lil' Kim, man. Yeah, man, shout out to him for that. Hip-hop, that was definitely a hip-hop moment. Vibes. All around, man, it was a good fight. They got it on YouTube right now for the people who didn't see it. A lot of people been uploading in a lot of different places, but that was a good fight, good heavyweight fight. Anthony Joshua can't duck no more. People who was making bullshit excuses saying, Deontay Wilder, he not really official. He don't got, his resume not really official and all that. He don't got no technique. I mean, and he did get hit a few times because a lot of people say he don't got no chin. I mean, Ortiz did hit him. I mean, but I mean, Deontay, yo, my man stood his ground and shit. I mean, he made sure that he ain't get knocked out. And then he just came back and just started boom, 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 dropping them bombs. Y'all already know how I go. But I mean, let's chop it up on some NBA. Yesterday games, the Magic was home versus the Grizzlies. The Magic had 107, the Grizzlies had 100. The Heat was home versus the Pistons. The Heat had 105, the Pistons had 96. I knew the Heat was going to win. I predicted the Heat was going to win. I mean, even though the Pistons is kind of nice, but I kind of figured that the Heat was going to win. They just been playing nice, man. Wade County back, man. I'm trying to look at Wade. Okay, Wade had 11 points, 1 assist. Yeah, man, 6 rebounds. Shout out to D-Wade. I figured that they was going to win. Yeah, man, even though the Pistons, they kind of nice. They doing whatever they doing, but then we got the Nuggets. We played the Nuggets yesterday, and yeah, man, I thought we was gonna get that dub. We did what we had to do, though. I mean, I got some, clips. I'm gonna do a whole recap of what's gonna go on for the past games when we versus the Sixers and then the Nuggets game. But let's get back into it. The Celtics versus the Rockets. That was a good-ass game, man. Went down to the wire. I mean, a lot of people try to say it's going to be the finals rematch, and that's a negative, because the Cavs going to be in the finals. Yeah, man. For facts. But, man, the Lakers versus the Spurs. I'm surprised by that, because I picked the Spurs to come out on top, but the Lakers did their thing. The Jazz versus the Kings. Yeah, I picked the Jazz. I knew the Jazz was gonna do whatever they was gonna do. They still hot. The Thunder versus the Trailblazers. I ain't gonna lie, I picked the Thunder. I wasn't expecting the Trailblazers, to win. A lot of people say they do better when they play good teams and they play horrible when they play, bad teams. So that's what a lot of people say. I still thought they was gonna win, but can't sleep on Damian Leonard and CJ Miles. Today games, you got the Suns versus the Hawks. I got my money on the Suns. The Pacers versus the Wizards. I'm gonna catch that game. I got my money on. It's gonna be a good ass game. That's all I can say. The Pacers been going off this year, so you be a fool if you bet against them, man. But it's just gonna be a good game. I'm gonna check that game out. Then you got the Hornets versus the Raptors. I got my money on the Raptors. They second best team in the East. I'm not betting against them. Whoever the Raptors play in the East other than us, I gotta pick them. Even some West teams. You got my boy Anthony Davis versus the Mavericks. I think AD gonna pull it out. And now niggas back dick riding AD. I've been telling everybody, he the future of the NBA. Yeah, man, y'all keep sleeping on them if y'all want to. The Sixers versus the Bucks, I'm gonna catch that game also. That's gonna be a good game, but I think the Sixers gonna come out on top. It'll be cool if we see Ben Simmons duel against the Greek Freak. That's gonna be a good ass matchup. Yeah, man. Both athletic. I mean, we're gonna see what happens, man. But a lot of people say neither one of them has an official jump shot, so it's gonna be just both of them driving in the paint. So one of them gonna have to do a lot of blocking, especially if Embiid play. I mean, the Bucks don't really. They do have a big man, but I want if Jabari Parker played, then maybe. I mean, we'll just have to see how the lineup is, man. It's gonna be a good game. The Nets versus the Clippers. The Clippers, and then you got the Knicks versus the Kings. I got my money on the Knicks. Yeah, man. That is what it is. But yesterday, man, you know, we lost to the Nuggets. I mean, by the way, there's some feeling people in a lot. It's gonna be mainly about the Cavs, 'cause that's my squad. Yeah, man. With or without LeBron. LeBron is the GOAT of all time. That's a fact. We also get into that, something that Chris Broussard had and Nick Wright was talking about on Friday. You know what I mean? So we're gonna chop that up too. But like I was saying, back to it. So I am a LeBron fan, yes, but I'm still a Cleveland Cavalier fan at the end of the day. I mean, I said that plenty of times, but mainly we're gonna talk a lot about NBA, but it may not be every team. I mean, it's gonna be certain other players I have respect. I mean, it's not gonna be every team. Just like a lot of people don't respect the Raptors, but I feel like they did. The Raptors is nice, point blank, period, man. But that's either near or there. But you feel what I'm saying? Back to the point. So Anthony Davis, I say plenty of times that he the future. He's my second favorite player in the league other than LeBron. Working his way up. Soon to be all time, probably. You know what I mean? Man, Anthony Davis, man, that boy's nice. And yo, shout out to my man Steven Jackson, cause I had said this earlier. Yeah, man, I wish I had it on the podcast. And this way before I was even doing the podcast a couple months ago, when Boogie came to the Pelicans, I was like, yo, that's the new Tim Duncan and David Robinson combo that the Spurs said, the two big men, twin towers. And he said it's a more athletic and updated version. So he also agreed to the same philosophy in comparison. Because that's what that is. AD can shoot threes, Boogie can shoot threes. My nigga, it's over, bro. I mean, they just need somebody. Drew Holiday, yeah, he been holding it down. But Rondo been killing. A lot of people sleeping on that, but Rondo been doing his thing. We gonna see. I mean, y'all gonna see tonight when he light up the Raptors, and when we, I'm gonna see if I can do a podcast tomorrow, and I'm gonna drop it. And we gonna chop it up. We gonna talk about it because Anthony Davis going off, and man, real quick, man, let me get into the standings. Eastern Conference 1-8. You got the Raptors number 1, the Celtics number 2. We number 3. The Wizards number 4. The Pacers number 5. So they pretty much battling for that spot tonight. The Sixers number 6. The Bucks number 7. And the Heat is number 8. Yo, shout out to D-Wade, man. It's gonna be a good ass playoffs, man. It's gonna be a good ass playoffs. Western Conference 1-8. You got the Rockets still remaining number 1. You got the Warriors number 2. You got the Trailblazers number 3. Yo, they ain't going off. You got the Timberwolves number 4. My boy AD with the Pelicans number 5. The Spurs number 6. The Thunder number 7. And the Nuggets is number 8. I mean, so shout out to that. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is, though. But all right, my predictions with that, as far as today, and probably not gonna change. The Raptors, they going to the playoffs. I think they gonna remain with the number 1 seed. I don't know when next time if they play the Celtics, but I'm pretty sure they gonna fuck them up. So, can we catch up versus the Celtics? We could catch up. I mean, But I think we might stay at number 3. Yeah, man. So if the playoffs start today, the Raptors will be facing the Heat. The Celtics will be facing the Bucks. We will be facing the Sixers, and the Pacers and Wizards will be facing each other. So I pretty much had to rate it like that, because if things keep going afloat and these are the teams, because it's a little stretch between the Pistons making the playoffs, or even the Hornets and the Pistons kind of got like the same record. So it would be those 2 teams that actually will have a opportunity to try to come and make this playoff spot and try to take that from Miami. But if Miami continue doing what they doing, then Miami making the playoffs, and that's pretty much a playoff lock. It would just be Miami and the Bucks having to go back and forth to see who will have that spot. And then on top of that, it will have to be the Bucks and the Sixers are kind of having the same. So basically, all right, here's my prediction. I don't think it's going to change. So the Heat is even. I think the Heat gonna have the 7th seed. I think the Bucks gonna lose tonight, and I think the Heat gonna advance. I don't think that the Heat can beat the Sixers, in my opinion. I don't, especially when Joel Embiid is 100% rested, well rested. I don't think that's happening. The Pacers, they could beat the Sixers. I mean, because I think the team is more developed, they ready, but at the same time, I don't know. The Sixers is not a team you can sleep on, man. You seen they came a long way, but the Wizards. All right, the Wizards is underneath us. They said they could battle and beat us, but I think that we're gonna stay either number 3 or number 2. Personally, I think, yeah, man, happen every year. So, that's just me for the East. The West, I don't think anybody's topping the Rockets. The Rockets gonna remain and have their spot. I think the Warriors gonna stay number 2. It's just pretty much them 2 for number 1 and 2. And James Harden said he not playing. You gonna chop him to that about that game, because that was a good ass game yesterday, man. The Trailblazers, they gonna remain number 3. In my opinion, unless Kawhi come back. But it's only a couple months until the playoffs, so all this Kawhi coming back. Sorry, Spurs fans, I don't think that shit's gonna happen. But if he do come, everybody, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Kawhi hater. I want Kawhi to come back, because fuck Zaza. I mean, he's a fucking clown. He make his country look bad. He make the Warriors look bad. I mean, that nigga lame. Word up. Somebody need to smack the shit out of him. Yeah, man. Yo, Steve Adams, you need to put that work on that motherfucker, man. Fuck Zaza, bro. Shit crazy, yo. But it is what it is, man. But Rockets gonna have number 1. Warriors gonna have number 2. Warriors gonna lose home court advantage. Will this have any effect? Maybe. Because if the playoffs started, they versus the Thunder. But anyway, man, let's get into the recap of us over these last past games of the Sixers and the Nuggets. Here's LeBron. My man Jeff Green, Kevin Love, and LeBron again. Let's get into it, man. Revealing approved information now, episode 15. Let's go. Check it out.
LeBron, how much credit do you give to their defense in terms of negating some of your fast break opportunities tonight?
I think they came in and played well, but we had some missed opportunities. It looked like we had some heavy legs tonight. Even fought back, but it's been a tough stretch for us, playing every other day the last, 4 weeks, but we got to, figure it out. We still had a chance to win, and a couple breakdowns down the stretch didn't allow that to happen, but, you give credit where credit is due. I think Philly played well.
Was it a playoff atmosphere in the second half, given the fact that there was a lot more defense played in the second half?
I think it was a really good competitive game on both sides, and both teams were trying to, figure it out, and they're a little bit along the way than us, obviously, but it was a good game.
LeBron, it seemed like one of those unwritten rules that came into play. 12 seconds left. What do you make of the way of the game?
No, they won the game.
You guys went a little stagnant in the third quarter, second half offensively. How do you get away from that?
I think, we just didn't play with a lot of pace in the third quarter. Like I said, I thought our legs got to us a little bit. We weren't pushing the tempo. We didn't make many shots in the third quarter. I think we only had 15 points. They had 17. I think both sides were, kind of feeling the effects of the scheduling, but we figured it out in the fourth. We just came up short.
You passed Michael Jordan in 20-point games. The 15th season, do you reflect on these milestones as you go?
Listen, there's a lot of them I don't even know about until I hear them from you guys, and I think it's pretty cool. Anytime I mention with some of the greats or one of the greats and Mike, it's a pretty cool accomplishment, and knowing at the juncture of my career, still playing at this level, I just want to try to continue that.
LeBron, did the JR thing have any kind of emotional impact?
No.
LeBron, you split a double team tonight by going behind your back through Tristan Thompson's legs. Was that measured?
What do you mean by measured?
Like
planned?
When you went, yeah.
It was planned for me to go behind my back. It's not planned to go between his legs, but some of the best alley-oops are some of the worst passes.
Did you know in real time that the ball actually went through his legs?
I didn't know until halftime. One of my guys from the NBA showed me, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's probably one of the best plays I've had in my career.
Did Tristan say anything?
No.
Did you see it?
No.
Did you get any explanation on Ben hitting you in the neck?
He made a play at the ball.
That was what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Did you agree with it?
No, of course not. But it is what it is, so move on.
What kind of a matchup problem does Simmons bring, especially when he's playing in the backcourt?
The same one I bring. Power, speed, quickness, size, court awareness. Same one I bring.
LeBron, you've mentioned a couple of times that going through these ups and downs is something that you expected because you've been through this. Does that make it easier to process in the moment, or is it still just as tough?
It's still just as tough, but we're right there. We're right there. It was a one-point game, and one breakdown resulted in a three-pointer for them. Kyle gets a open lane, down 4 on Embiid, missed a layup. Embiid comes down to make a fadeaway on 2 guys. 6-point game, the game is practically over. So we're right there. You can look at that and say, okay, where we want to be, but we got to figure out, clean up some things where, you don't have those type of miscues. But like I said, we got 4 new guys in our top 9 rotation. So, you would love for that to happen in the first quarter, but it happens, and we got to just try to be better.
How do you weigh the cost-benefit analysis right now of playing on instinct and maybe just playing basketball versus diversifying the playbook to make you guys a tougher opponent to scout for down the road?
I think you definitely want to be. You don't want to be as predictable, especially in the postseason. But I think right now there's so much that we're trying to fast track that it can become. It can become too much, I believe, sometimes. And it's just tough. It's tough on our new guys. It's 7 games, and we're trying to put a lot in and get a lot in for these guys. But maybe just maybe scale it a little bit back and see if us just trying to play a little bit faster and play a little bit more open is a better thing for our team until we can become more pinpoint with our offensive sets when we get more practices, which is not much. We're playing every other day right now until April 6th. And the postseason starts after the 12th, probably like the 14th, 15th. So there's not much practice time. So you got an opportunity to watch the film, see things we can do better. Your shoot-arounds kind of go over a few things, but I think playing off instincts with the guys that we have could benefit us a lot more for the immediate time, I think.
Changed fairly drastically. Do you feel that? Do you feel like you're doing different things than you were all year?
Yeah, I don't have to guard the point guard anymore, which is cool for me, but I'm doing whatever the team needs. When you're a team, it's all about the team. You got to make sacrifices to make sure we're doing what it takes to win games, and if I'm that guy, I got to do it. You know, I still be aggressive and do what needs to be done on the defensive end. So
we're not asking you to complain. We just explain.
I never complain.
But do you find yourself, whether it be catching the ball in different spots or having it in different
obviously
places?
be different spots. We have different personnel. I mean, you have to adjust to the personnel that's on the floor. And with Hood, JC, Larry, and George, I mean, it's different from the guys we had before. So our game plan is going to be different on both ends. So you just have to adjust.
Ty said he thought not having your ball in your hands as much is kind of affecting you offensively. Will you take that?
I mean, I can just rebound and go the length of the floor. I mean, that's one thing I can do to have a ball. But I mean, with our offense, the ball is going to go through all guys. You just have to figure out your spots and where you can be aggressive and make plays.
Jeff Ty said he'd like to simplify things for you and your guys. Do you think that could help a lot, just maybe letting guys play?
I think so. I mean, with the short time that we've had to practice with games every other day, the only break we've had was the All-Star break and we weren't together. So with simplifying the things on the court and making it easier for them to remember certain plays and what we need to run, I think it'll make their game's a lot smoother and they don't have to think as much.
With your back, is that something you've been dealing with for a while?
It's something that occurred the other day. Just tightness. And that comes with the long season. With what was on my plate, I had a lot to deal with, so I wasn't doing the proper things that I needed to do to take care of my body, and it affected me. But we have a good training staff here, and they're making me do the things I need to get 100%.
What did you mean by having stuff on your plate?
Well, just I was so focused on the coverages and so much on the floor that off the court I wasn't doing what I needed to do to take care of myself.
My right hand that will progressively get to my left, and but I guess one of the things I can't do now is kind of catch the ball, guide it, and shoot it within 12, 15 feet. So that feels good to do something other than run on the treadmill or run on the bike. So it's nice.
Timetable look the same though? You still looking at a couple weeks?
Yeah, I think so. And I think on the if I could get back before 8 weeks, great. So I'm hoping that is the case.
Can you use your left hand for everyday things again?
Yeah, and as you can see, I'm mostly out of I would keep the splint on at the games or in, if I'm around a ton of people. But I can mostly wear, I think you guys saw you have it here, just the big padded glove when, I go to grab a ball and go up for a layup or something. So, mostly everyday things now I can use it.
What have your impressions been watching this team over the last few games?
Last few games, just growing pains. Offense, just at some point, it gets a little stagnant. I know we're trying to implement a lot of stuff. We've been watching a ton of film, doing a lot in practice, just to get everybody up to speed. So I kind of expected this to happen, but you're still seeing a lot of good things out there, and I think we'll continue to grow.
Are you concerned about enough time to get them up to speed, especially offensively?
No. I think one of the things we talked about today was just, at least in the first few games, even without a practice or a couple practice or two underneath our belts, was just that we were playing freely. We were getting to the other side of the floor. We were, penetrating on kickouts and playing with great pace. And I know that's all easy stuff to say, but we were just going out there and playing basketball. So I think if we get back to that, that'll only help us, especially with all the new plays we've put in for these guys.
What about the new guys makes you most excited to play with them?
They're them coming in and having so much energy, and they're excited to be here, excited to win. So I think that always makes it fun. Feel like we've always had new guys at this point in the season, and all of them have had a really good attitude about moving forward.
With all the way that you've been integrating, Ty's been integrating people all season, you feel pretty good just about where things stand considering it's been going on all year?
Yeah, I think so. Between Ron and myself and JR and Tristan, we have guys that have been here and know exactly what to expect moving forward. So it's on us to bring everybody along and have veteran guys push maybe the younger guys or the new guys through the process.
For those of us who have to make predictions and say, well, this is what's going to happen come playoff time, looking for some advice here. Are there enough of you left to say, well, this team has been together and they've pulled together quickly before and they went to the finals before, so they should be able to do it again? Are there enough guys here to say these are still the Cavs that we've all been around for the last
I think, it's definitely a new group. I mean, like I mentioned, the four of us that are left are from our 2016 team, I believe, right? So, I think we have definitely the coaching staff has remained the same, so we know what they want out of us, and just having some new blood and new faces in some ways can be a good thing because they're going to be very hungry and want to get on that quick learning curve to make it so we have a big run.
Anything else? Great. Thanks, Kevin.
What made their three balls so difficult to stop tonight?
They went in. I mean, some of them were, open looks, but Gary Harris was hot from the beginning all the way to the end. They shoot the ball extremely well. What makes it difficult is they pass the ball and they got a great movement. And their best facilitator is probably the best player, and that's the Joker. So he kind of triggers a lot of that action.
What did you make of JR's night from his first half to his second half?
I mean, we needed it, and he started it, in the second half with 3 or 4 straight buckets and felt good. Felt great actually. Got into a great rhythm with his dribble. They started to switch a lot with the big on him, and he was just breaking the bigs down and getting to a shot. So it was definitely a big time game for him for sure.
Todd said that you asked to stay in at the start of the fourth. What opportunity did you see there at that point?
Not asking me was I tired. I said no. So I mean, it's not. I didn't ask to stay in. Are you tired? No, I'm not tired. So they left me. What opportunity? Just trying to keep making plays, try to get over this hump. That's all. I feel like I didn't feel like I was gonna hurt the team if I stayed out on the court. If I felt very tired or I felt like I didn't have it, then I would give myself a couple minutes. But I didn't feel that way.
Were there signs of progress from the last game that you liked?
We just we get down one, we gotta find a way to get a stop. We get down one in a tight game. Tonight we had a tough break. I thought, G Hill's play on Wilson, it's the old pull the chair, move, and sometimes you got, guys who never seen that before, so they felt like he pulled him down, and right after that, Millsap hits the 3. Put him off 4. We come down and have a great look by Swish. Misses it. We get off as a rebound. He has another one. We miss it again, and they come down and hit a bucket. And so, that's definitely hurt us.
Did you feel like the new guys were getting it, more? I mean, I don't know if how much you simplified, but
we're all trying to get better. It's not just the guys. It's just we're at the deadline, but it's all of us. We're all trying to figure it out.
You always say it's a make or miss league, but with the last game, and Rodney missed 2 really good looks at the end of the stretch too. Is it anything positive you can take away from that? Basically, you're right there in both of these at the end.
We just keep pushing forward. Rodney had a great look tonight on the left wing in transition. G Hill had a great one across from their bench in the opposite corner. Swish had 2 great looks. I had some good looks too and missed them. And I thought our attention to detail, especially in the second half, and we were flying around a lot better than we did in the first half, and that helped us get back into the game.
LeBron, you mentioned not getting the stops late tonight against Denver. It was kind of the same thing against Philadelphia. What do you think it is that's preventing them from happening late in games?
Well, we got to stop with it. It's just, it was taken away. We had our coverage exactly how we wanted it. We, exactly what we wanted to do all the way down to it. And, and then with the next possession, we had our coverages. And, Millsap hadn't hit too many shots all night, and he hit one. That was a big one on our left wing. So, he missed that. We got an opportunity. He doesn't. And then we come down. Like I said, Switch had 2 great opportunities down for it. He missed them, and we couldn't get a stop the next possession down. So.
All right, man. Revealing the proven information now. That pretty much was the recap so far about these past games. What's going on. Once again, nothing's going to happen as far as our playoff spot. We're making the playoffs. And when we get to the playoffs, we're going to get busy as usual. A lot of people was like, yo, why J.R. Smith couldn't get traded too? People back to being on their bullshit, being fake fans. It is what it is. Everybody used to it by now. They just phony. Fuck them though, man. They gonna be them at the end of the day. You can't control loyal fans, real fans. You can't control none of that at the end of the day. So it is what it is. But anyway, so a lot of people are saying, how come we not winning games? And also, it's a footage in the clip of Friday of Chris Broussard and Nick Wright going back and forth, and they basically are going to discuss damn, are we better off with Isaiah Thomas and D Wade? Should we have just kept him? Because Isaiah went off, and shout out to Isaiah, man. I'm quotable for saying back and forth on these podcasts that I wish he would have got the max. I wish everything would have gelled together. Shout out to Isaiah. God bless him. Probably because he home in LA. He got that vibe going. D Wade also back in Wade County. He's from the Chi, but Miami's his home. That's Wade County. But we're gonna talk more on this. Because revealing the proven information now. The Cavs is the squad. So I'm gonna be talking about this. I know y'all probably like, yo, I'm tired of hearing about them on ESPN and all that. Fuck, man. They be lame with that shit though. I got Old Bay on mine. But yesterday game, the Rockets versus the Celtics was a good ass game. It was very explosive. Trevor Ariza, boom, boom. Any nigga who like excitement, like them, like shooting, the Rockets still shot out. They continue their winning streak. I believe 14 games in a row. They just been going off. Kyrie still went off. The thing about the Celtics is, it's like they a whole squad. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like, in my opinion, I know I'm not saying Kyrie not a superstar, but it's like his talent don't overshadow everybody else's. It's like everybody fit together perfectly. You feel what I'm saying? Prior to the Cavs, Kyrie talent would have overshadowed like a Dellavedova or a veteran Mo Williams, or even with Darren Williams was there, and a couple other guys. You feel what I'm saying? But James Harden, went off, and I seen a lot of times James Harden was trying to ask for the ball. But one thing that was getting me hype, Nene explosiveness. When Nene went up and down and yo bullied his way in, and was like, nah. Nene made sure that when it was time for him to go in, that he wasn't bullshitting with nothing. Like, Nene was not joking at all. Nene did what he had to do. If he do this all year, I feel like he gonna need that, cause Nene gonna have to set my man Zaza bitch ass straight. You're gonna have to set him straight, man. Anyway, man, here's Uncle Drew. The earth is flat. Here's his perspective on the game. Here's James Harden and the CP3 perspective on the game. Revealing that proven information now, episode 15.
I suck at him. I've been probably up there 4 times, and I've failed every single time of trying to miss on purpose. I don't know. Don't ask me. I keep telling my teammates I'm not good at missing. I'm not. I'm serious. I just to think that I have to become better in order for our team to have a chance towards the end of the game, and I have to miss on purpose is.
It goes against everything you were conditioned to be as a player, right?
A little bit, but I got to be able to do it. I have to, because we have an opportunity to put Greg out there and Al, and we have a chance to kind of tie the game or get another possession. I just got to be able to do it. It's just simple as that.
That's when you guys ever just practice situationally,
I don't know. Sounds asinine, but it's pissing me off right now to think about it. Just because one goes in and then the other one just misses completely, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, yeah. So yeah, it's whatever.
Kyrie is really strong bench play for you guys.
Feel like a playoff game out there? Does it feel like a playoff game out there?
Yeah, every game from here on out is going to be a playoff game. Playoff atmosphere, playoff intensity, physicality, everything. So I don't feel like it. Stops. Guarding the basketball, rebounding the basketball, eliminating on one shot. What team?
Your team.
I don't know. We're just going to play hard. We're going to play hard and play for each other. And the results is going to show.
Why the MVP title is important for an NBA player?
What?
Why the MVP title is important for an NBA player?
I don't know.
How important was it for y'all to get out this win? Y'all haven't had very many close games. This one, it was a tight game down the stretch. How important was it for as a team, camaraderie-wise?
Big time, especially coming off a 3-game road trip. We could have came out a lot slower. We let them get a little comfortable early in that first half, and that second half we picked our defensive intensity up, created opportunities with our offense, and that was it.
The things that PJ did down the stretch and what he's done all year, just how valuable was he been?
Won't show up on the stat sheet, but just the way he plays, gets his hands in passing lanes, loose balls. He's just a great asset to our team.
Is he better than what you thought he was before he got here?
For sure.
In what way?
I used to kill him every time we played Phoenix. I used to love playing against him, but I'm just happy to be at the same time. Thanks.
Guys stepped up big time. Trevor was huge. PJ is huge. EG, I think it just shows we're capable of winning a lot of different ways.
On the steal, here towards the end, did you see the opportunity to sort of trap him with PJ, or what did you see?
We always do that. Every time we rebound, go up, or anything like that. Me and Tuck are always kind of scrappy like that. When they got loose, I seen Travis think about that line. That's what we do.
James says that every game from here on out is like a playoff game. You agree that's how you have to approach it?
Yeah, somewhat. Especially in the West, guys jockeying for position, trying to make sure they clinch a playoff spot. And then it's us. It's us coming in. And, we know we're going to get everybody's best shot. We just got to keep competing.
Does that still kind of go hand in hand with what y'all said all year? We're just going out there, we expect to win every night.
Yeah, we're going every game worrying about us, but you got to give them a lot of credit. They play hard, they play well. That was a really good game. Welcome, BBC.
Did it feel like the playoff atmosphere out there?
Yeah. I think our crowd had a lot of good energy, and we needed that. That steal Trevor got that layup. I think definitely changed the game.
This is the first game since Joe signed. Trevor got back from his injury, got back, that the depth was used to sub for situation rather than just to make up for somebody being out. How much stronger does that make a team if Mike can do that?
We just feel like we're strong in all aspects. I wasn't thinking that in depth into it, but we got just about everything you need. We want to play small, big, fast, whatever. The depth is unbelievable.
Before you started here, you talked about Clint knowing what he could be and the type of player you expected. He's had a lot of nights like tonight. Is that what you expected?
Yeah. I don't even know what his line was. I think for us, we just got to win. We don't care who scores, whatever. We just try to win and look to the next game.
Yeah, shout out to CP3, man. Still love the Kyrie, whatever. I know Kyrie actually wanted to stay, but Dan Gilbert was like, hey, look, we got to trade him for some assets. Whatever the situation was, whatever it is. Prayers for, hopefully your son get his situation together as far as the surgery. I know he was dealing with it. But anyway, man, back into it. Like I said, that was a good-ass game. Boston, I don't look at Boston like, they're an indestructible team. I feel like we're gonna trash Boston, definitely, man. It is what it is. That Detroit team, people thought like, all right, because they wasn't a playoff run, but D-Wade, his spirit risen in Miami. Yeah, man, I think D-Wade trying to go to the playoffs, man. You know, that'll be a dope battle. I mean, if Wade and LeBron can play in the Western Conference, that'll be dope. I wonder if people's opinions change actually on if the Rockets, I mean, no, not the Rockets, if the Thunder was going to make the finals. A lot of people thought they was, but then again, a lot of people claiming that my man Paul George complained too much. They say he needs to shut up, stop bitching a lot, and just play basketball. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. That's what they say. You know what I mean? I think they're a nice gel, nice fit. I think Melo still need to, fit a little bit more. But yo, when Melo played us, yo, Melo went the fuck off, yo. Yeah, man, I was like, yo, damn, yo. Yeah, man, because a lot of niggas don't respect Melo. Melo's the all-time great. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. 2003, still the best NBA draft class, in my opinion. But we're going to switch it up and get into some boxing. Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder at the Barclays yesterday. I already said my man came out with the Queen Bee, Little Kim. That would be even harder if he came out with Remy. You feel me? I mean, I know she not from Brooklyn. She from the Bronx, but Remy and Kim, man, fire. I mean, it is what it is. But yo, Deontay, this is a recap. Their press conferences and Deontay's opinion after the press conference, then his celebration win after the fight in the 10th round knockout. Revealing the proven information now. Check it out. Check it out.
A lot of fighters visualize, so I'm sure you visualize how this fight is going to play out. What do you see playing out Saturday night?
¿Qué piensas que va a pasar el sábado contra Deontay Wilder?
¿Qué pienso que va a pasar?
Sí.
Va a ser un choque de trenes. Y ahí va a salir ganador más inteligente.
He's gonna come out, I'm gonna come out intelligent. It's gonna be like training for me. It's gonna be like two trains on the same course going head to head.
And the result?
El resultado, predicción.
Alguien se va a sacar un ojo ahí y no voy a ser yo que me lo va a sacar.
I'm going to win and I'm going to take his belt.
Last one for you, Luis. I see you have the black glove. Is everything okay with your hand?
Todo está bien con tu mano.
No, estos guantes, no estoy acostumbrado al frío.
It's just because it's cold outside, that's all. My hand's okay.
So last one for you, champ. You just heard his visualization. I'm sure you visualize for this fight. What do you see happening Saturday night?
I've always... Hello? Y'all already know what I'm gonna say. Y'all already know what I come to do. I can't say it enough. I haven't knocked every opponent out in the ring for no reason. I haven't done that for no reason, and I plan on continuing to keeping my knockout spree. That's what I do. That's what I'm the best at. That's what people know me by. That's what I'm famous for, knocking people out. And I want to continue to do that. So come Saturday, that's what I'm planning on doing. That's what I speak of doing, and that's what I.
No Saturday night.
And that's it. I can't wait for this fight. This is something that I can't wait for. I love this. I love to hit people in the face. I love to see their body on the canvas. I love to see their face down, like I said, ass up. That's what I do.
Not to King Kong.
So this is the best fight right here. This is the best fight in boxing that could be made right here. It don't get no better than this come Saturday night. So everybody should be here. Not only just see it on TV, but be here in person, because there's nothing going to present itself that's in person that is going to be on TV. You might miss something. And even in the ring, you may miss something. But one thing about it, you better not blink. You better not go get nothing to eat. You better use the bathroom before you come, because you never know what happens, baby. Come Saturday night, it's going to be bombs away. Bomb Squad!
He said this is not a video game. We actually step inside the ring and fight. This is not a video game. This is not using your controllers.
Who called who out? Who gave who the opportunity? I could have ran. I could have did that a long time ago. I called you out. I gave you this opportunity. So of course it's not a video game. It's real.
The public gave me the opportunity.
No, the public didn't give you I gave you the opportunity. Myself. The public didn't give you nothing, Ortiz.
What public?
You didn't give it to me. God gave me the opportunity. The public gave me the opportunity.
God blessed me to give you the opportunity.
Here's the great thing. We get to settle it finally Saturday night.
Me fue que la oportunidad para que se viera un show grande de todos los boxeadores.
The public gave me the opportunity to see who's the best fighter between the two of us.
Well, why did it take so long for you to get a title fight then? If the public gave you the opportunity.
How about this? We'll settle it Saturday night. We're going to take a couple questions from the audience. How about we face off the fighters? Let's start with the first fight of the night. Andre Durrell, Jose Uzcategui. And of course, the main event for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. The Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder, against the real King Kong, Luis Ortiz.
He's a knockout, bro.
It's a translator.
9 p.m. Eastern, Showtime Championship Boxing, the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Two unbeaten fighters, Deontay Wilder against King Kong, Luis Ortiz.
We know what happened to King Kong in New York. This is something I don't play around with. This is not a game for me. You damn right it ain't no video game. This is real life. I risk my life to take a life. I ain't playing around with nobody.
Talk to him.
They think this is a game right here. This ain't no game, bro.
Talk to him.
This ain't a game.
Talk to him.
You damn right it ain't no game, man. This is, I bleed this. I breathe this. Trust me. How many times
on to the next.
You surprised he came out here and run his mouth like that?
What's that?
You surprised he came out here and run his mouth? Over here.
Hey, Bob, hey. Find me all touch me once. Yeah, come on, come on.
Guys, let's go a little bit over here and do a scrum.
They can't fight for you. He knows about you. Chris, that's why we the most feared. Chris, we need to move everybody back except me. Because they don't want us, they don't want to break that peace. They don't want to break that peace, so we don't want to act no more than what we, because we will fuck. That's fine. Okay.
What did you see when you looked into his eyes today?
He's scared. Ortiz scared. He's scared? He's scared. What's happening? Because he should be, though. He should be because he never faced nobody like me. There's nobody in the ring he's ever faced that's been like me, that's been vocal, ready to knock his head off, ready to do all the things that I'm ready to do. And that should be, you know, he understands that. He knows that. He didn't see the video. And when you knocking everybody out like that, you're gonna have concerns as a fighter. He ain't believing all that wow and all that people talking about, and he shouldn't believe that, because when you look into a real man's eyes, when you look into a real killer eyes, you already feel the tingling feeling when you see him. When you look in his eye, you know that this man is real. He about what he say, and anything I've ever said I really meant, and that's how it is. Trust me.
We're gonna see a double knockdown there, but now Wilder again in his unorthodox style, batting Luis Ortiz.
Look how calm Ortiz is, though. He's staying in range.
He's staggered, right cross, clubbing left hand by Wilder. Down goes Ortiz for the second time in the fight. Bombs away for the bronze bomber. I don't know why the clock kept ticking away, but there it is. A minute left. Right uppercut, and it's over. Mamma mia, Deontay Wilder has done it.
All started when he held his ground on that counter right hand. That's what he needed to do all night.
Yeah, man, revealing approved information now. This pretty much is what is, yeah, man, already said of. Deontay, in my opinion, is the best heavyweight in the world currently right now. Nobody's seeing him. Yo, Fury nice too, though. You can't sleep on him. And Anthony Joshua fight come up soon. I think it's late March. I know his fight comes up. But Anthony Joshua, see that, man. Ain't no more ducking them. People keep trying to say Deontay Wilder, he's scared to fight people. But y'all niggas have to understand and do your homework. He ain't scared to fight nobody. The people he was supposed to fight failed their drug test, therefore they couldn't even fight. And Ortiz was even one of the ones the first time they was supposed to fight, but he failed his drug test. And we seen what happened this time. And Ortiz, he ain't no pussy at all, my nigga. I mean, Yo's a skillful fighter. He tried to take them hits, but Deontay, he dropped them bombs, nigga. You know who it is, nigga. You know what I mean? We gotta rep our fighters. A lot of people was like, yo, we tired of the fights. I mean, not to have the discrimination of other countries, because I'm just a boxing fan. I don't give a fuck what country you from. If you nice, you nice. Talent is talent. I mean, but a lot of people were saying that there's no American hero boxer. You know what I mean? Like the Tyson, the Ali's. You know what I mean? Shout out to Roy Jones. You feel what I'm saying? George Foreman. Holyfield. So many greats. Y'all know the list. I mean, but anyway, Mickey Garcia supposed to be fighting soon too. Shout out to my man Tank. Yeah, man, he home, yeah, man. That's a native, Maryland native, Baltimore. Shout out to my man Tank. He a beast. I'm gonna be putting a lot of clips on him. Errol Spence, man, you know, this is so much we got to get into. But man, my man Deontay Wilder came through with the fights, man. Y'all already know he's gonna get that dub. I kept trying to tell everybody. Anthony Joshua, stop ducking my mans. It's time for that work, man. If you wanna go to the UK, it is what it is. We'll go to the UK and whoop some ass. We'll do whatever. The bomber, nigga. 40-0. Come on, man. Yo, 40-0, yo. 40-0. Niggas, yo, it is what it is, bro. Ortiz was undefeated too, man. There's no excuse. People saying Deontay don't have a chin. He took it. People said Deontay don't have no type of certain stance. He's sloppy in the ring. He was what? The same way I said he was sloppy in the ring, he fought the same way he always fought. And I seen him dodge submit. Some of them he did get caught with, but he was dodging, he was moving, man. Man, shout out to my boy The Bomber, man. It is what it is, bro. He gonna be one of my all-time favorites. I already can tell right now. But anyway, let's get into some music, man.
Though. Everything I speak is all factual. King asked why I'm rapping by them miscarriage. He asked was I outside? Probably so. Jesus Christ, I only smoke Mary though. Tree after tree, welcome to my rainforest. The quiet ones keep it the most real. On that note, I fucking hate forests. Of course, that was a cover up. Body of a 18-year-old black male that they covering up. Mama heartbroken cause she remember when he was giving up. But she pushed him forward and he was on the cup up. But the dirty pigs don't care about us. And that shit hurt the most. I'm trying to trust someone and the Lord's not close. My brain's on another scale, another level. Goddamn, I'm talking to the devil like, join me, nigga. I need you, Lord. You ain't gonna survive on the good side. Where you at, Lord? Join me, nigga. I need you, Lord. You ain't gonna survive on the good side. Where you at, Lord? Can't look for help in the hood or from the po-po. Who the fuck can we trust? The thought alone is mighty dangerous. I'm on cloud nine and heavy smoking on angel dust. Biggie, Malcolm X and Pocket, yeah. Even Marvin Gaye hangs with us. We are crown holders, ain't no replacing us. Blaze your haze with us and talk about dumb topics like the president. How I don't like the Illuminati and a bunch of other stuff. Don't worry, nobody cares because we're not famous enough. So hammer, we smoke in the air like MJ, airplanes, balloons and such. Fuck that, have the hunch. In order to be successful, you gotta climb over the hills. Even when Beverly said this shit is so real. I bring it to the man above that pray for me. Prayers from prayers, you know that unity. God bless. Join me, nigga. God, where you at? You ain't gonna survive on the good side. Where you at, Lord? Join me, nigga. Lord, where you at? You ain't gonna survive on the good side. Where you at, Lord? Join me, nigga. I've been searching for you. You ain't gonna survive on the good side. Don't tell me that you gave up. Join me, nigga. You ain't gonna survive on the good side. As hell, looking out for them pig motherfuckers. No STD whenever I say we burn rubber. And for the record, if I go inside a raw, I'm a keeper. This word to my brother. Why all the hate? We can learn from each other. High as hell, smoking spliffs. Looking out for them pig motherfuckers. We on the run, so it's time to burn rubber. Time to burn rubber. Back to back shots, feeling like I'm in the playoffs. No, I'm not a drunk, I just drink to take the pain off. I much rather smoke slipping than I race off. Hitting studios up all night, you know we letting K's off. In other news, Kendra's still a bad bitch. She is far from average, we are really savage. King load up on that clip and shoot it like a basket. Funerals and caskets, no need to fear. I'm just stating what can happen, cause we know that life really is tragic. Free all my niggas in jail that was booked for drug trafficking. You just tryna feed your family and make ends. You know, we just tryna feed our folks. They laugh when we dirty and even dangerous and rude. But yet, them niggas make jokes. They hate the fact when we on top, cause I gotta let my gold roll and show. Are you upset cause remind you of a time when my people on top of the world? Never mind, that's some other shit. For them guys that recline, sit back and look at life like damn. One more time for my niggas in the back, smoking slick, getting stacks. You know, we gotta feel high every time we rap. AK-47 gun, I get to shoot it when I rap. I appreciate every single thing that I had. Never take it for granted, I ain't talking about hell. I'm so broke that shit give me the chills. I'm an asshole, so that shitty feel. Shout out to my brother, just that mutual feel. When I say that I love you, I'm shooting slugs for real. Biggie, who shot you, Phil? And I gotta rob a nigga cause being broke give me the chills. This, that, goddamn, these boys need a deal. And for the record, high as hell smoking on that shit. Nigga, not for the big motherfuckers, no STD. Whenever I say that I burn rubber. And for the record, if I go raw, I'm a keeper. That's word to my brother. While all the hate, let's learn from each other. High as hell, smoking spliff. The pigs are after me, so it's time to burn rubber. Burn rubber, time to burn rubber. I know black folks so poor, they about to go nuts. They'll kill your ass over half-bitten bagels and donuts. And they drive crazy, they swerving in donuts. This is from the people that told me they grow up. I see what life's about, nigga, I don't want it. You can keep living life and never have regrets, and this is for my kids, never lose your youthfulness. Always stay positive, even when the niggas wanna speak negative. Forgive me for my friends. Bonjour, we read, would you like to suck the chick? Maybe so, I know that I'm going berserk. This is for them people that wanna work hard and never flirt. They don't got time for that. They be trying to make their money stack. Grind after grind, nobody is stopping, that's a fact. If you step in my path, you will get washed down. The rain washes sins away, get drenched now. I'm praying that I never lose my focus. That fiend told me I'm the dopest. And if you wanna kill it, boy, I shoot from far away, nigga, I get the scope in. You man? Yeah, nigga. When you don't have money, time is all you got. So make sure you chance every single second and minute out your day, man. Real talk. Mind racing constantly, I wish I can chill. But I got things to accomplish and I gotta keep it real. This that Maryland down feel. They feel my vibe because I really have no chills. No filter at all, gotta speak what I feel. And everybody around my circle is really real. No in between, I swear to God that I intervene with these demons all the time to see what I mean. I visualize the same wicked dreams. Hopefully I change up soon because I can't keep sleeping, man. These things is haunting me, I swear I gotta leave now. Cause if I ever exit out, it will be some rounds fired off. Hopefully they don't touch my soul. Lord knows I mean the best and I want to grow. But sometimes these guys are Pinocchio. They lie just to get ahead for the nose to grow. 100 million stories too. It's better you than me for real. I told you that I love you, girl. So forever make sure you don't get killed in the art of war. 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 Don't get killed in the art of war. Baby, I support you more than the art of war. Killed in 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 the art of war. Don't get killed in the art of war. Baby, I support you more. My vision still getting blamed. I shout out to my nigga Blaine. We all in this together, SCCH, man. God damn it, Rain. Can you slow it down? You was aggressive starting off, but you's a poet now. No, I'm a prophet, dawg, cause I prophesied around. They see the facts that you really speaking about it now. I've been through it all, but I came back for more. I seen the trapper, seen people die, the whole galore. It's not fun when you on that dark side. Got family at High, it is out Parkside. Been it be that high, like people said you climax. Never was I let nobody ever take my mind back to them wicked days. Hopefully I can accomplish that. Over succeed and never speak on that nonsense. In the art of war, killed 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 in the art of war. Don't get killed in the art of war. Baby, I support you. It's the art of war. Gotta be ready in the art of war. Baby, it's the art of war. If you got a desert, better shoot it and shoot one more round for them niggas. One more round for them niggas. Shoot around for my niggas. Shoot around for them niggas. Lay it down for me, nigga. Lay it down for this nigga. I love you with my heart and I always bang them triggers. Boom. Yep.
Man, revealing the information now. Yeah, man, I'm still hyped about the fight yesterday, man. You know, the bomber, he did what he had to do. Once again, there's no more excuses, it's no more excuses, Anthony Joshua. Deontay already showed you what's up. He's a legend. Go ahead and anybody say Ortiz not a legend. Go ahead and say he's not. That man's a legend. You feel what I'm saying? Nothing but respect for the both of them. Yeah, man. It was just a good fight, man. Boxing that's in a good place in general. The Canelo versus Golovkin fight supposed to be very soon as well. A lot of people said that Canelo lost the first fight. I picked Canelo to win. You know, if you want to be safe and go for the veteran vote, then a lot of other people say Canelo, especially because he only other loss he had was against Floyd. But Golovkin also has a beautiful, homework sheet. I mean, you can look him up. His resume is also, gorgeous. So you can't deny that as well. But anyway, that's here or there. But, back into it, man. Anthony Joshua supposed to be fighting late March. We'll see the results of his fight. Maybe if he wins or he loses, we'll see if he actually will take this fight. Because a lot of people like to wait for people to have these injuries, whatever. And also, Sean Porter called Keith Thurman out for a rematch, and I bet that he gonna take that fight. Kenny Porter is pressing him hard, so I don't think that he ducking this one. He ain't getting out of this one. That's one fight that we can't necessarily be pissed off about him if he take that fight or not, simply because him and Sean Porter, a lot of people felt like that fight could have went either way. Cause it wasn't no knockout. That wasn't a knockout fight, man. It was just a regular fight. And a lot of people was like, look, give Sean Porter his rematch. Kenny Porter already said that. I already broke down on one of the other podcast episodes. That Kenny Porter said that Keith Thurman, you not ducking, like you not bullshitting, you not finessing. We got you. I don't know if you were saying it to the point of him saying, "Yo, I got your rights." Cause if Yo got his rights, that's crazy. He definitely ain't ducking. But we know for a fact that he not gonna fight Earl Spence then. But it is what it is. But if you rematch and he fight Sean Porter, I got Sean Porter getting busy. And also, real quick, not meaning backtrack, but the fight with Deontay Wilder versus Ortiz, I actually also said that Deontay Wilder was going to win in the third round as well. And Deontay predicted the third round himself. But I just thought that he'd do it in the third round. I thought the first round would be, both of them sizing him up and him hitting Ortiz and Ortiz getting catching him. Then I felt like that Deontay Wilder, by the second round, Ortiz would be hurt and fucked up enough where, it's affecting him. And then I thought by the third round, Deontay was going for the kill. But it went for 10 rounds. Not to say that I'm saying Ortiz couldn't handle himself, but, it is what it is. That was just my opinion, my prediction. I don't know. I don't get involved. I don't get too deep into what Vegas predicted and how much bread they spent on the fight predictions and none of that. I ain't doing none of that. But I know Deontay Wilder was going to get that dub. He the best heavyweight once again. But back to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, he going to take that fight versus Sean Porter. Sean Porter resume speaks for itself. He gets hungry. He gets busy. A lot of people say that even Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman might be the most wanted man in boxing right now. I mean, and also, see, I don't really get involved with the UFC. I mean, I watch the UFC, but I'm also of an NBA and boxing, you know what I mean, fan more than anything. So that's what I talk about, and that's what I discuss. I dip and dab in political things and cultural things, you know what I mean, a little bit. So, you know, we're gonna get a little bit into that. But, you know, actually, this might be a combined podcast as well. So, you know, today is Sunday, so I might even have this first half of this hour of the podcast for today. Then I might get into some more deeper things tomorrow. But, you know, or I might do it all now or tomorrow. It don't really matter. Revealing the proof information now. So, you know, boxing is at a wonderful spot right now, man. You have to love boxing. But, man, you know, let's listen back to NBA, man. Let's listen to Chris Broussard speak on the Isaiah Thomas D-Wade situation. Because once again I said Isaiah Thomas and D-Wade play phenomenal. Yo, Wade County, you have to love it if you're a basketball fan. Isaiah Thomas, he's home. You have to love it. Man, yo, this is a good... Fuck what people saying the NBA soft, man. It's amazing. Revealing the proof information now. Let's hear Chris Broussard.
Remorse, seller's remorse.
Chop it up.
They did the right thing. They did the right thing. I mean, look, Isaiah is in a different role in LA. There is no one dominant player like LeBron James in LA. So Isaiah can be that guy on different nights, maybe even for the rest of the season. We'll see what happens. He's also coming off the bench, which he wasn't in that situation in Cleveland, and I don't think would have handled that situation very well. He got humbled by the trade, to some degree at least. He recognized his value is not where he thought it was. So he has no choice but to be the good soldier coming off the bench in LA until they put him in the starting lineup, if ever. So, no, they did the right thing with him. Dwayne Wade, there are people that have said to me they will miss him in the playoffs because he can get hot, have a 20-something point game once a series or something like that. But still, even with him, with Jordan Clarkson now, or even as before with Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose, you didn't really need Wade. It was too much duplication, too many guys that do the same thing. So they did the right thing, no question.
IT could average 30 the rest of the year, and the Cavs trading him was the right move. He was a toxic force in that locker room. That was not entirely on him, by the way. But he was. It was what it was. He and Jay Crowder both still wanted to be in Boston. Both didn't seem to love playing with LeBron. Both certainly didn't love their roles on that team. They had to move those two guys. Additionally, it's been reported, and I think credibly, that D-Wade got a little sideways with some of the guys in that locker room that had won championships. Not intentionally, not D-Wade trying to be a jerk, but D-Wade carries himself like who he is. Like one of the 25 greatest players ever, like a champion, like a guy who is...
Might be a little high, but...
Okay, regardless. A first ballot, no doubt Hall of Famer who at one point in his career was one of the 3 best players in the sport. That's what he carries himself like. And like he's LeBron's best friend, because he is. And he walked into that locker room when some of the guys felt like, wait, you just got here, man. Yeah. You just got here, and you're not that anymore. It was reported also that it wasn't just Isaiah Thomas that confronted Kevin Love about where did you go, bro, the day that he left the team with illness. But D-Wade was a part of that as well. That D-Wade was the first one, and Isaiah piled on. So D-Wade needed to be moved for a lot of reasons, and with the trades, he wasn't going to get minutes anymore. Yeah. Cause if you remember, they didn't get anything back for D-Wade. They got a conditional second-round pick that won't convey. They did that out of a courtesy to him. They said, hey, you can stay here, but your minutes are going to go away, or we can work out a trade with you to Miami. And what that did for D-Wade, and for what it's worth, Gabrielle Union, was a little rejuvenation. For them as a family, for him as a player, I get to finish my career where I always should have finished my career. I have no reason to believe D-Wade would have played the way he's played the last 2 games if he were still in Cleveland. So for those reasons, I don't think they have any regret about moving those guys. They needed to be moved. What did Kobe Altman say? We were on a slow march towards death until they made these trades. They had to make these trades. But I wish both these guys the best. I hope D-Wade has some awesome playoff moments, and I hope IT gets a bucket of money. These guys, D-Wade, for very different reasons, they have amazing stories and have, in different ways, been amazing players. But they weren't useful for the Cavs anymore.
All right, man. So basically, I agree more so with Nick Wright on the on them getting everything they're getting, because Isaiah Thomas they both get the benefit. Isaiah Thomas get to show and prove, because he's not coming off the bench, he's starting. So Isaiah Thomas get to prove that he's worthy enough to get a max contract, and D-Wade also get to show that before he's on his way out, that he has some more in his tank, and the people in Miami miss D-Wade. So if D-Wade retire, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be very massive. In my opinion, it's factual. D-Wade ranks over top of Paul Pierce. It is what it is. I think he's better than Paul Pierce. And if D-Wade was 100% with that heat when Brown was there, we would have won all four. And 2015, Kyrie and Kevin Love went down. If that had not happened, then right now, LeBron, he would be sitting perfect right now, and LeBron right now will be having, what's that? That's 2. LeBron we have like 5 right now. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So that won't be too far off. That's just the niggas who count the rings. We don't count rings. Talent is talent. LeBron is the best because of his talent. We switched it back to the subject because another clip that I felt like was good debate, Chris Broussard and Nick Wright went back to it, and some other that sound like his nose clogged up and shit. He also talking on the podcast, and he said something about Larry Bird, and I also made this argument a lot with the LeBron situation. People say Larry Bird is the best of all time. A lot of people are confused. Yeah, man, in my community, like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? In the black community, they were like, yo, I never heard that shit before. But yes, it's a real thing. A lot of people say Larry Bird is the best basketball player of all time. Not only that, he's a shooter, scorer. Yes, a lot of people say this shit a lot. I said that to say, yes, even better than Michael, Magic, Kareem, all of them, LeBron, Kobe, yes. I mean, Wilt, Bill. People say Larry. Yes, it is what it is. Y'all don't believe me? Y'all niggas just don't know much about basketball. So I only said that to say he has 3, LeBron has 3, and that one for when we went to Cleveland, man. Man, that was a powerful one right there, man. It is what it is, man. But when he went against Golden State, y'all gonna know and see how much his worth really is and why he the GOAT, man. Y'all gonna respect my man's Brian, man. But like I said, Chris Broussard had a good debate with Nick Wright, and who knows sound like he got snot in his shit. He didn't blow his nose. But anyway, let's listen to Chris Broussard chop it up on that subject of LeBron. Has he surpassed Jordan yet?
He's second greatest of all time next to Jordan. But I did tell Nick, I can understand how some people, Larry Bird was better than most people think. And so make your argument for Bird, because
Please,
I know Nick.
Larry Bird, by the way, I don't think he was trash. I think he's the 9th greatest player ever. So, but go ahead.
So we're arguing. It's like,
of course, we're
nitpicking. My point has always been this about LeBron. He's great. Okay, he's incredible in a Magic Johnson sort of way, in that he generally makes others better, and he loads up the stat sheet like we've never seen before. And part of the loading up the stat sheet is basketball's played differently than it's ever been played before. There's a ball dominance for the best player in terms of the percentage of times which you have your ball in your hands to make plays. You're talking about more possessions, more three-point shots, more points, sure, and you're going to have greater stats. So it's stats a little bit on steroids. But a blind man can see he's an incredible dominant player, and he's either been the best or the second best player in the league for the last decade. That said, when it comes down to the end of a game in a championship series, I would rather have Larry Bird have the basketball. I would rather have Magic Johnson have the basketball. I would rather have Michael Jordan have the basketball.
Based on what?
based upon what I've watched in NBA Finals and Eastern Conference Finals, you know, he has had some moments like when he carried the Cavs early in his career. Was it 25, 26 straight points against the Detroit Pistons that were incredible. One thing that sometimes is missed is when R.A.I.N hit the shot in the corner, he did hit shots in order to bring them back. Game 7 of the same series with the Spurs, he was the only one with any gas in the tank, and he carried his team. But by and large, and maybe this is me looking back with tinted lenses, Michael Jordan was always not only the best player, but the go-to player who was willing to take and make the big shot and the big play. And occasionally, when double teamed, he would make the big pass.
What about Bird? I want to hear the Bird because if Bird's better than him,
did you live through the
Larry Bird? I'm going to tell you something real quick. Hold on. I didn't live through World War II, but I could write a 30-page essay on it. So you didn't have to live through it, all right? Like, I mean, if you had to live through something, nobody could ever write an obituary.
Let me say this about Bird.
That's a terrible argument.
You can bring up, like, the point you're talking about is Boston, his last year in Cleveland in his first stint. That series, he faded when they lost in 6 in the second round. Dallas, obviously, he faded in his first championship run or final.
And since then, he has the greatest 7-year-old in the history of the league.
Larry Bird, in his first finals championship they won, he had 2 8-point games in that series. If LeBron did something like that, he would be demolished for it. And Cedric Maxwell was the MVP of that final series. People would have taken that, like, some people would have acted like LeBron didn't even win that title if one of his role-playing teammates was the MVP.
No, just the idea that I just would rather these guys. I have no numbers to back it up because LeBron, of course, has a better career field goal percentage on game-winning shots in the regular season and the playoffs than Kobe or Jordan. Oh, but in the biggest moments, I just feel it. Even though, of course, LeBron averages the most points in Game 7s in NBA history and the most points when facing elimination in NBA history. Oh, but it was just this. There was something. There's nothing.
It's pretty simple. I mean, last night is an example, right, where LeBron can be great, but he needs that other guy to carry him. He needs the Kyrie Irving to make the shots down the stretch against the Warriors in Game 7.
The Warriors in Game 7, you mean the final 3 games that they won, where he averaged 36, 12, and 9 in those last 3 games?
He was amazing. I'm not diminishing the amount of amazing was. Remember, when Larry Bird, there was fewer teams in the league. The teams were a little bit more loaded. So when he was playing against the Lakers in the NBA Finals, the Lakers had a plethora of Hall of Famers, much like the Warriors.
What did the Celtics have?
But so too did the Celtics, right? So it's a completely different scale where they had more weapons.
So what was Bird better at?
Bird's a better shooter. It's not close. I think Bird is as good or better as a passer. Bird's a better rebounder. Now, the difference is you're going to look at the rebound numbers and you're going to quote me some stats. But the fact is that Larry Bird didn't stay healthy. And the fact is that basketball is played so differently now. Whereas if it was played back then, if he played back then, he'd be a power. There's no power forwards in the game. There's no specific rebounding.
I'm not going to quote you some stat on rebounding. I'll concede the rebounding point. LeBron James obviously has a higher field goal percentage, and the playoffs even has a higher 3-point percentage. Now, you can say it doesn't matter, but those are just the numbers. He's not a better shooter. He's not a better shooter. He is a better scorer. Larry Bird averaged 22 points a game for his career. LeBron averages 27. He is a better scorer. Bird's one of the greatest shooters ever. The idea that anyone who's ever played the game is a better passer than LeBron outside of Magic Johnson, I reject on its face.
Okay, let's say Mark Jackson's a better passer. John Stockton, Steve Nash, all better passers. They're not better passers. There's maybe not a better 6'8" passer, but there's plenty of better passers.
A lot of point guards.
Rajon Rondo's a better passer. Okay, but you're talking about as a power forward as a passer. Larry Bird was a better passer, in my mind, a much more fluid, much more natural passer than LeBron James, a creative passer. LeBron James, for a superstar, he's as good a passer as anyone outside of maybe Magic and Bird. Bird was a better passer, in my opinion. What do I know about passing?
Bird was a great passer.
And then the but, along with, but Larry's body broke down. That has to matter. Okay. The length in which you excel at something has to matter.
I'm okay with that. Like, look, again, that's part of your argument, and it's a smart part of your argument. I can't dispute that. I mean, my point is that when he was at his best, Larry Bird in a fourth quarter, I'd rather have him have it. Larry Bird did not shy away from the 3-point shooting contest the way that LeBron shied away from the dunk contest.
So you're giving Bird and Magic the edge.
So adorable.
I'm not criticizing
because they were down,
but because of the stretch.
Huh?
You're giving them the edge because you feel they were better in the clutch.
Yeah, they're better in the clutch. It's different now than it was then. I'm willing to concede that I don't know what Larry Bird's athleticism would be like because he'd have to be far more athletic playing today. But he was good enough then, and I think he would assimilate to this game, and he would shoot the ball. It's like Chris Mullin didn't make a bunch of threes, but he would now.
He could have.
But if you want to make the argument his career didn't last long enough because his body broke down, it's a good argument, and I got no disputing it. But when they're at their best, Larry Bird was as or more impactful, and I would prefer to have him have the ball in the fourth quarter.
It has been so fun having you. Thank you, Doug, for joining us.
All right, man. So basically, man, like I always say, if you want to count rings, say Jordan won more, he's the best in the finals because he's 6-0, whatever, cool. But everybody always say, once again, you can't say rings because Bill Russell got it. You can't count Kareem 6 because the Kareem was older and he didn't really contribute to the team. He's still Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Y'all can't say that. If that's the case, then Shaq only got 3 rings because he didn't do nothing. He did do something for the Heat, but he was more so broken down, even though he did whatever he did when he played on Miami. We got to put the numbers up. We'll get more into this debate. But I may not, for real, to be honest, unless they do a special guest podcast, a future podcast with somebody who's more so not suitable, but who more so can break that down, because I really don't give a fuck, because I look at the talent. If you got the talent, then you got the talent, man. All that rings don't mean nothing. People pick and choose with that rings because, LeBron's LeBron, bro. You know what I mean? You're going to see more of LeBron mess ups because of technology works that way, my nigga. It travels quicker. You get it. You can receive it more. Now a lot of these things are coming out. I mean, LeBron came in the league. Yes, Jordan never made it out of high school. Nigga, Kobe made it out of high school. A lot of people say LeBron better than Kobe as well. I've been saying that LeBron's the best of all time. Yeah, man. It just grew and grew over the years, like talent for talent. That man's talented, man. Larry Bird, he's phenomenal. I wonder what people really gonna rank Larry Bird. Like, I wonder, because old head was telling me, he made a good point. He said, over the time of years, more and more people back in the day, they never said that Jordan. A lot of people did say that Jordan was the best of all time, but he compared it to when Kobe came out. A lot of younger people were saying Kobe was because they experienced it. That philosophy. When a lot of people also try to say that, but I wonder what a lot of people continue Wilt's name and his legacy, because a lot of people feel like Wilt was the GOAT. Man, we keep getting into this conversation, man. You like who you like at the end of the day, my nigga. It's like flavors. You rock Nike boots, or you rock Timbs. You feel what I'm saying? You an AMac nigga, you rock the regular ass. You get your New Balance. You got the 9.5s, 4.98s. You got you, man. Do you, nigga? You rock your LeBrons or you rock Jordans? I'm a LeBron nigga, man. But it is what it is, man. The GOAT. I think he's the best of all time due to his talent. And rings is a team accomplishment. So, but Jordan nice, man. You gotta respect the game. The niggas is still a beast. Yeah, man. But Anthony Davis has the potential to be better than everybody, man. So, anyway, let's get into the music, man. Revealing approved information now.
This is it, the ride. Check.
The more I go in age, the more I grow my wisdom. They realize that this young kid really is gifted, so I have to make sure that I never let go. I gotta stay focused every time I spit in bars. Never get incarcerated though, my dog. That would be very tragic, like, oh my lord. How you gonna stack these millions when you behind them walls? But I don't fuck up, no, not at all. Even if these niggas try to put that pressure on, I just put some price back, and these niggas was very warm. That's a big difference. I don't think they listen. That's a big difference. Life at the death end, ready to die. Never sell yourself less because he told me that the only limit is the sky. Always realize every time I spit my lines, this is straight from the heart, so they feel the rhyme. Every single time, it's magic. Voila, realize this young kid got the lines of the year. Just to get things clear, you got a better chance of beating Tyson in his prime. Damn, Rain way out of his mind, but it's cool, cause those that fuck with him say he's ahead of his time. You know, like, yeah, young kid in his prime, etc., they fuck with me every time. Like that drug dealer that sell 2 for $5 and you on your last bag, so you gotta get that down. You fucking with this man Ray, because you know he eat the kitty good, and he will give you that dope dick that be having you out your mind. Yeah, I'm the greatest man, and I swear that I say this shit every time. My best bet is to start spitting lyrics, dog. And I might as well quote Ali, line from line. Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bumblebee. Not trying to get sued for copyright, so I gotta keep it me. Rain always Gucci, that means that I keep it G. And freak all the real ones that had to keep it G. You incarcerated, your time is dated. Just keep your head up, dog, you gon' make it. Yeah, I'm telling dogs that they getting first 48. If I hear beat, just know the rain ate it. I'm home, nigga.
I let go of any dream of getting in great shape. Like, it's like a relief. Just because my whole life I've been like, well, someday I should really get in great shape. Now I'm like, what? Why would I do that? It's not gonna happen. Just, to me, the bar, the level I want to reach as far as the shape I'm in, I just want it to be so that if you find out that I died, you ask what happened. That's all. I want you to wonder what happened.
Keep your head up, even when you in the clouds. Always stay lifted, man, I smoke up on the loud. And midget when I don't got the fun to smoke loud. Shit, I ain't embarrassed, niggas say that shit proud. Facts is facts, and I speak a lot of that. They know that the boy was that pouring in the laundromat, begging for food and that money, where the fuck you at? Try to make this motherfucking mixtape, that's a fact. Forgive me for the shit that I say, but I'm always blessed, cause my grandma pray, and my grandpa pray. Yeah, they praying for me, cause my demons is here, and they lurking for me. Lord knows.
Really? Oh my God! Oh my God! How? Something's changed to get older.
From a state which the crab be the logo, and niggas fancy senses, dopes in the polos. Don't forget them camos, nigga, that's a no-no. And if you on the block hustling, don't talk to Popo with the Frank. Yeah, I'ma go slow, sipping on that Z-Quil, acid smoke is dope. Niggas ain't fucking with rain, that's a no. Always gotta be well connected when you flow. And if you disrespect a nigga, I will break your nose. Like the cocaine and when you sniff it to the nose. But let's not talk about the white girl, because stories of crack cocaine, I got a lot of those. Rather business or even personal, you would never know. Rain would never sell a soul. Anyway, this song well connected with the blow to the death of me, you know.
This is the highest cost. Take you and take you off. Left you and leave you lost. Will you forgive me? This is the highest cost. Take you and take you off. Left you and leave you lost. Will you forgive me?
Your grace and mercy has me on the standstill. Your soul calls out for companionship, but you have a man still. But you told me that he was cheating, which leads into your beefing. You quickly hit my telephone line when you wanna get even. They bleed cut deep, but somehow we stop the bleeding. Stroke after stroke, and my bed is like a roller coaster. Loud in my great blunt, we smoke over and over just to make our bodies float. Making love until the early morn. Toast some vodka in the toast. We need scrambled eggs. Don't forget the butter, just in case we get jammed up. To slip out of the tight ropes. My pockets deep, like that winter coat that hold me down when it was very cold. You that cheese, baby, you know provolone. We gon' have whatever that we need soon. Long as we keep our heads high and never look down upon the rest of the hatred niggas that when it's gone. We keep pushing forward even when they throw them stones. We just curve a beautiful sculpture with our broken bones. Falling inside the trap door with inside the dome. Trying to break free and safely get home. Mama's probably wondering what's taking me so long. But I'm trying to prolong and keep moving on. Sweep our problems away and laugh at them another day. Whenever we decide to jump the broom, I hope my footwork is on point like RG3 before the injury. Hopefully my low one tell me up if I decide to jump too soon. 7 lane, let's make love on the sunset. Fireworks and chocolates before noon, and explain both sides. I'm a Gemini, and we make love when it's heated up before it's ever June. That when the flow, man, it's oh so cold. Just grow and don't remain cold. It's heated up, man, the atmosphere is cold. If it gets polluted, it would never grow. It's evolution at its best.
How y'all feeling, man? Shit, it's been a minute, man. Yeah, you know, I've been gone for a minute, man. Grandma passed shit, man. This shit was kinda depressing, you know what I'm saying? Still fucked up from it. Check me out, I said, your outfit's back to give you pussy boy Alfredo. The pasta that I'm chefing up saucy as fuck. Word of mother, it can let me on Hell Kitchen's payroll. I'm from a land, man, they don't understand. It's so damn dark, I must have like you a heart at 8 goals. I do this hard till the day I see my grandma again in my motherfucking halo. I ain't talking about message Chiefs though. Whatever his name is, I ain't put this shit in a minute. I've been playing 2K with Young Sammy, we killing it. My nigga Mel home soon. Let these niggas understand I spit gold balls, but I was born in June. Whatever day it's home, believe that shit. You was sucking anyway, man, you gullible as shit. I don't know you motherfuckers that be fucking with this. Sorry, but these niggas only mumbling like blah blah blah. I don't fuck with these lames, nigga, we all stars. Me and AK dropping mixtapes and straight bars. Let these niggas understand that we really got fucking scars. This shit ain't fake, killer mixtapes. Goddamn, I don't think that I can sit straight. I've been tipsy, all for my song. Sorry, them, I've been getting my drink on. Depression is a motherfucker, you know it is. I leave these all niggas shitting and senseless. Since you wanna fuck with the kid of Rachel and them, you can get them bullets straight to the chin. We don't give a fuck who you are once again. The Maddox in my blood, motherfucker James is him. Young Alpha, we out this bitch. And we don't like you motherfuckers, so don't talk to them kids. All of his motherfucker. We spit bars, nothing but scars, motherfucker. I say that shit a lie, I'm just joking, but still, motherfucker, this is the pie that I never had to piss and then I once filled it up. With all goals, how my family's is fat as fuck and high as fuck, doing whatever we wanna do, whatever we pose. I told these niggas I don't fuck with you. So don't ask for my goal, I leave them all froze. Like one day in summertime, I had to let these niggas know. Gave a nigga a bloody nose, I broke that shit though. With them right and left blows. I'm just fucking up the game. Let these individuals know that you can't fuck with rain. This rain stay assets, so fuck your umbrella, man. Yeah, you dumb fella, thinking that you dumb clever. I already told you this acid rain, so you gon' need more than an umbrella to prepare you from getting wet from these bullets, nigga. Revealing the proof information, now we back. How everybody feeling, man? One love, and peace. It's almost Equitex time. I know a lot of people happy for that. Me, myself, Anita, move wisely with my chicken, my bread. Yeah, man, you know how we moving on. The album, man, the album sounded right. Each and every day I chop it up, add more stuff to it to try to make it sound even better. Cause, you know, perfection is perfection. I was told from, you know, somebody close that make sure you don't just rush it out. A lot of people keep asking me for it, so it kind of make you say, yo, let me just, you know what I mean, go hand with it. But you gotta take your time, be patient, and they gotta appreciate it, you know what I mean, cause all my other stuff thus this far, mainly is just one take stuff, and all you have to write. So I just go in, release that last stuff for Sarah Lane, Young Alfred, Richmond, Top Secret series, a lot of stuff, man. You know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But that's either near or there. But that's just a recap. Once again, it's a few events that has happened. And this podcast wasn't meant to be political. Yeah, man, I'm trying to find the proper words for niggas to understand, because y'all know how motherfuckers misinterpret words. But this podcast wasn't meant to be the most political podcast. I just speak on things that I feel like is important, or things that I want to speak on. But every so often, man, we're gonna chop it up on the real things. So that is what it is, man. And it's just sad on a lot of issues that go on that people say is biased, and that's why a lot of people don't watch TV or the news. I myself don't really watch TV at all. Maybe some Animal Planet or some 90s shows, you feel me? Sister, Moesha. I watch like Everybody Hates Chris. What else? Rocco's Modern Life. Yeah, man. Rugrats, that whole lineup, Doug. Yeah, man. Ren and Snippy. Man, what else, man? You know, just Fresh Prince, Martin. I mean, a lot of that 90s stuff, man. That's pretty much what I watch, man. Cause I can't get with a lot of fake news and all this bias shit, racism, and I can't do it. It's not for me. I can't digest it. It's no point in people trying to digest it or understand it. It's not meant for you to understand, because it's not meant to benefit you at all. So stop trying to figure it out. We can't change it, but we need to come together. But a lot of people don't want to hear all that. But it's funny that, you know, I said that shit, because it's a segment on here about, we're gonna chop it up. Shout out to Phil Levi's, The Vice Show TV. Man, go subscribe to his channel. I use a couple of his clips on this podcast just because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, Phil chopped it up on a lot of good things and a lot of good topics, and it was dope how he broke it down, and he actually discussed it very well. And his channel's dope. A lot of people do troll him, and a lot of people don't like his content. So also Mr. Superboy 222, I mean Mr. Superboy 223, which is the same person. My man Harvey also has excellent content, I mean, on his channel, and a lot of people also troll his channel. And Willie D Live also, I mean, my man Willie D from the Ghetto Boys. Y'all know who Willie D is, and I'm pretty sure y'all know who Phil and Harvey is as well. But you have to appreciate those brothers' channels, man. They got a lot of education in those channels. I'm a fan of them. I mean, you know, that's the closest I get to as far as, like, I guess what people would say TV, or not necessarily TV, but how people are accustomed to looking at the news and certain things. These are platforms for people. They speak on multiple subjects, as if, you know, like that Asian kid who was playing on, he had a whole hit list and he was about to clap up a whole school. So a lot of people didn't want to discuss it. Some news did discuss it, but people beat around the bush. They live with terrorists different ways. It is what it is. People not crying. They didn't speak in realistic facts. But once again, shout out to Phil Levi's, because I'm gonna use a clip. You know, I use two clips. This is the first clip. This situation happens to be, you know, Arabs. A lot of the Arabs and, you know, Indians, from India, not from the country. They, you know, we're native, so that's a whole nother story. You know what I want to say, man. But damn, man. Anyway, man, revealing approved information now. Let's listen to the clip, man. Yo, Phil, break it down, and we're gonna chop it up, man. But revealing approved information now.
You have a brother that heard from people in the community that an Arab that owns a convenience store was calling the black children the N-word. So this brother decided to go over there and check him for what he's doing to our children.
Okay? We are not going to tolerate you disrespecting anyone from our community, especially our children. Okay. You're calling them niggas. You're being disrespectful. Yes, you are, man. We got more than one complaint. I wouldn't be here if it was just one complaint. We got numerous complaints. You disrespect the people. You're calling our children niggas. That is done. That is over with. Do I make myself perfectly clear? I want to hear yes or no. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah.
Okay. If I have to come back to this store, it's going to be an issue. Okay. Any more reports about you calling people niggas, it's going to be a problem. It already is a problem. Okay. This is our community. We're the ones keeping you in business. Okay. I don't see no white folks coming here. You get nothing but black people coming in this store. You ever disrespect our community again, we're going to shut you down. Okay. Now, who do I talk to besides you? Who's in charge today?
In charge?
Yes.
In charge is not here.
Well, I'm telling you this. I get one more report.
Okay, that's fine.
No, it ain't fine. It ain't fine. Stop disrespecting the community. Stop using the N-word. Matter of fact, I don't like your attitude. Matter of fact, we're going to have people in front of this joint with picket signs and whatnot. We're going to have the community come and shut you down for calling our children niggas. Y'all shouldn't even be shopping here. This man call our children niggas on a continuous basis. In the mornings, when they come in from school. Don't shop in this store, bro. They call our children niggas. You appreciate that? Well, why are you even sitting there?
All right, man. So we've been improving information now. All right. So basically, that's the best context you can put it in. Shout out to the Vibe Show once again. Go subscribe. Phil, I'm only using your content out of pure use of education as well. Your videos is the truth, man. Shout out to Phil, man. I've been rocking with him for a little bit. Also, shout out to Queen's Fit page. That's not like social page, but for entertainment. But his mind and her collab, I feel like it's dope. A lot of people could use it. But anyway, back to it. This situation is serious, and I think more people need to get on board and keep doing this because that's just blatant disrespect. And people keep trying to say, I just use it out of terms of endearment. Yeah, you can say that all you want, man, but at the end of the day, if a person say he don't feel comfortable with doing it, don't do it. But I always say this for the clown black motherfuckers who try to say, my white friends can say it, or any other nationality, just not of ours, or they can say it. My thing is this: if you really the homie, you really love. You supposed to love your friends and your family and all that, because your friends is your family. That's the term snake, but that's another subject. If your friends is your family, supposed to love you, they won't even think to call you that, nigga. They know your name, my nigga. So, so it is what it is. I'm trying to get away from the word myself, but that's a process, man. But it is what it is. But anyway, this is a powerful thing. And a lot of these people are nasty. They act like they slow. Like niggas went to 7-Eleven. Habibi out here and want to get niggas change. And they do a lot of different things. And they phony. They lie to you. Ain't no type of respect. They look at you less. They dick ride. Y'all know who they dick ride, man. So they come here. They think that they above you. And they definitely watch you a lot. And it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? It don't matter which ones they is, man. They fake, they phony. You feel me? Yeah, we know it's another subject. A lot of people do have stereotypes, and we do discriminate our own as well. But at the same time, we talking about this subject currently. We're gonna get into these other subjects. Believe me, we're gonna prove information now. So anyway. It's all that disrespect gotta stop, especially towards our women and our children. A man gonna defend himself if he's truly about that action. He's a man. He take the title serious, especially his family. But our little children and our women, they can't just call them bitches and niggas and look at us less. Well, they can look at us all they want to as less, but we gotta respect ourselves. That's what it keep going down to. Once again, we form God body. And we indestructible, man. The elder, the conscience, the vision. They can tell us how to move, man. They seen the paths, they've been there. All we gotta do is listen. Next, people, in line as we up now, our generation, and also some people in their 30s, they got the wisdom to give you that game. And we in the field, and the youngest ones, they're the legs, man. Strong legs. We need them fresh legs to continue pushing us forward and not backwards. Because, you know, what is we really doing, man, if we're going backwards, if we're not advancing? Nothing at all, man. It's clown type things, man, and we don't support that, man. But that's a whole nother subject. A lot of different shows in store that talk about these subjects, man. But we gotta continue going forward, but not backwards. We're Villain Approval information now. It's another clip that's very powerful about gaining some land. A South Africa farmer, man. Once again, shout out to Phil Levi Show. Let's check it out. Villain Approval information now.
South Africa has voted in Parliament to take land from white farmers. Now, this move is something that's being called foul by a lot of the white supremacist terrorists. They feel this is wrong. They're crying a lot of tears about this. But we're going to put out the education of why they're only righting a colonial wrong by making this move. But let's play a clip of Julius Malema of the EFF explaining why this move has to happen.
And the leadership of the EFF, this is a motion that seeks to unite black people in South Africa. And ordinarily, if leadership was provided, we shouldn't be having this debate, because the land should have been returned into the hands of the rightful owners. We all know that the Dutch gangsters arrived here and took our land by force. And the struggle has since been about the return of the land into the hands of rightful owners. Yet those who went to negotiate on behalf of our people during the negotiations sold out this fundamental principle which constituted the struggle against colonialism. So those who claim to be radical enough and who want radical change today should actually be in the forefront of agreeing that this constitution must be changed to make it possible for our people to own the land. It can't be correct that the less than 10% of the population owns almost more than 75% of the land. And those people who own the land happen to be, in an acceptable language, private people like individuals, trusts, and companies. But when you search deep as to who are these people, these are white people who are still owning our land. We remain a conquered nation, even when we claim to have democracy. We remain a conquered nation because white monopoly capital still owns the means of production, and at the center of that is the land question. The dominance of white people, it cannot go away, particularly white supremacy, for as long as land is not returned into the hands of the people. We are the only country where we say revolution has taken place, yet those who were oppressing us have not lost anything after the revolution. We remain as we were even before 1994. So we are saying that black people, all of us, we need to unite and amend the constitution so that we can expropriate land without compensation. There is no white person who will understand that clarion call, because they don't know the pain of being landless. Only those who have gone through a passage of being landless will appreciate where we come from on the issue of the land. The issue of the land cannot be a campaigning issue. The issue of the land cannot be a rhetorical question. The issue of the land should be an issue of commitment. Honorable members, we have taken an oath here. And when we take an oath, we are simply saying we are loyal to the land. But how can we be loyal to the land which is in the hands of private individuals? We must be loyal to the land that belongs to us. Majority of our people say South Africa belongs to them, yet they do not have proof to show that indeed South Africa belongs to them, because many of them do not even know how a title deed looks like. Many generations died without even knowing how a title deed looks like. It is only through the expropriation of land without compensation that our people will be the rightful owners of this country. We cannot keep on saying South Africa belongs to all who live in it, yet we have nothing to show. Today the ANC should come with the EFF. There is 6% available. We give it to you without no condition to amend the constitution and take the land. If you don't agree with us today, it means you are disagreeing with Honorable Ayanda Dlodlo. If we don't agree with us today, it means you don't agree with your outgoing president on the issue of expropriation of land without compensation, even the minister of land. This is a matter that can unite black people. This is a matter that all of us should stand together and isolate white monopoly capital. This is a matter that can say to us, this is a genuine call which we as black people can identify with. So the ANC 6% Shiona, Relefayona, Arjel le fase relemeng Arjel le fase raga di feme Arjel le fase re fe batho ba rena ba bele magae ba bele a place to call home. Honorable Nzimande, we have already started taking the land. If you vote against this, it's a waste of time. We are already giving our people the land, and we are not ashamed of that. People of South Africa, where you see a beautiful land, take it, it belongs to you.
Alright, man, we've been approving information now. That pretty much speaks for itself. That's a South African farmer. He pretty much was saying, and you can feel the pain in his voice, how you gonna call yourself South African when you don't own anything? You don't own this land. They own your land. And also, a lot of people don't know, and you know, they feel like, first of all, they feel like that they don't own the land because they claim that it was nobody's land, but nigga, it's their land. People was living here. How you gonna say it's not their land? America is stolen. A lot of other places is raided and stolen. That's just the facts of the matter. We can't try to be selective with facts. That's just the facts. A lot of these other places were stolen, but you know, we know the logistics of this, man. That's either there or there, man. But you know, my opinion on this is it's powerful and it's well needed. People's tired. They're not selling for the shut up, we tell y'all how to dictate y'all. The food already weakened, so just try to get as much strength off of the poison food as you can and use that bit of energy to stay prayed up. Treat your people right, be unified, and let's take it. You notice how he say this can be a step to unify all black people, meaning all people of color, of melanin. Not just, you know what I mean, because, you know, we are the most suppressed. Facts. So he said this could be a step for that. And then he said also South African. He addressed both issues, just in case people didn't know. If he clarify and come out differently, he can say whatever. You know, because I'm pretty sure them people about to be on his ass heavy. Hopefully he's a warrior. He sounds like he's a warrior. He has to have a lot of heart to do that. But I think everybody should be behind this, man. I don't know why a lot of people aren't behind this, man. I'm pretty sure the Farrakhan can come out and talk about it. I'm trying to think who else will come out and talk about it. I doubt that Obama gonna care and talk about the subject. I know Trump not gonna care about it. It is definitely power moves, and a lot of people die for this. You know, but you have to respect this, man. But let's get into it, man. School shootings. This is a clip of the caller of the serial killer. The shooting actually called, but they
the Florida
ignored.
shooter calling for help. We're now hearing chilling 911 calls from the teenager who killed 17 people at Stoneman Douglas High School. Here's the report from CNN affiliate WPTV.
911 emergency.
Hi, I was just assaulted now. Someone asked me.
A call for help in Palm Beach County.
I don't know where I am. I'm new to the area.
By the same 19-year-old man who allegedly shot and killed 17 people at his former high school, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. After his mom's death, Nicholas Cruz and his younger brother moved into this Lantana trailer with the Deschamps family.
The thing is, I lost my mother a couple weeks ago, so I'm dealing with a bunch of things right now.
According to 911 calls, even though guns were banned from the trailer, the Deschamps feared Cruz's outbursts.
He was in the backyard behind the fence digging for 15 minutes, and I'm positive that he hit a weapon. I'm positive that he hit a 9mm carbine in the back.
He put the gun in the head of his brother before, so it's not the first time. And he did that to his mom. His mom died.
911 records show at one point Cruz threatened to pick up a gun from Dick's Sporting Goods after a fight.
I got mad and I started punching walls and stuff.
Hitting the walls, throwing everything in the room, and then my son got in there and he said, "Stop it."
And then a kid came at me and threw me on the ground. And he started attacking me and he kicked me out of the house.
That very disturbing report from our affiliate WPTV. Those 911 calls came shortly after the death of the shooter's mother back in November. We have reached out to the host family who you heard there in that report for comment. We haven't heard back from them, at least not yet. Joining us now from Los Angeles, CNN law enforcement analyst Josh Campbell. Josh, what can we take from these emergency calls?
Well, Wolf, it's another layer of heartbreak for the victims of the family members that went through this senseless tragedy. And I think they continue to be re-victimized every time we learn a new detail, a new clue that could have possibly helped stop this. You interviewed a short time ago one of the students who lived it, Alfonso, and I think he laid out some of the mistakes more eloquently than I can, talking about the signs that were there, talking about the tips that came into law enforcement, talking about the weapons. I think that we start to see, as you put this pattern together now with the latest calls, that it's very clear that we failed these kids and we have to do better.
All right, man. Revealing approved information now. That's pretty much, like I said, I'm not a political channel, but my music is just biography type. It's because my life or whatever. But we're gonna chop it up on the subject because a lot of things I do talk about is political, and the album is what people will say, quote unquote, political or conscious. So it is what it is. But to the subject of school shootings, we don't have these in our school. Somebody said something not too long ago that some people might say is harsh but true. They said we might not have schools. We might not have books and teachers in our schools, but at least we don't have, school shooters in our schools. The thing is, these kids, first of all, a lot of these kids is brave coming out talking and not hiding their feelings, because a lot of the politicians told the kids to shut up about the situation, but they coming at the NRA and they telling them stop investing, stop taking money for these politicians for these guns. They trying to say how y'all gonna keep on doing this from the NRA. They're telling the politicians stop taking money from these people, helping them out, helping for them to get their guns pushed easily into these schools, because people is 18 years old, 17 years old, is getting guns legally, and they going off, they shooting, and it's just more murders, more deaths, and it's just continuous, and it was a streak. Last time I checked, last week, it was 18 school shootings in a row. It's been more and more and more and more. These kids is tired. They finally fed up about the situation. What I think is going to change, I don't know. America's very serious about having their right to bear arms. So, my personal opinion, I don't think it's going to change, because America's not ever giving up their guns. No matter what. So, this is my opinion. Unless we see something that's different, but I don't think America's gonna give up their guns and their gun laws. And you know, this is not happening, man. Shout out to the kids. Continue fighting, man. We stand with y'all. This is ridiculous that it's more school shootings, man. But let's get into another serious situation. Revealing the people's
A
mission,
spokesman
man.
for Bill Cosby says the embattled comedian's 44-year-old daughter, Insa Cosby, died Friday in Massachusetts. The spokesperson confirmed she suffered from renal disease, a condition that impairs kidney function. Though Insa Cosby led a life away from the spotlight, she was a strong defender of her father during his sexual assault trial, saying she believed he was innocent.
With him for more than a decade, working very closely with him. At no time did you ever see anything inappropriate. What I saw was fun. Never anything inappropriate. What I saw was work and play at work and fun. Mrs. Cosby was a frequent visitor to the studio. She was there a lot. That's what I saw.
Felicia Rashad, Bill Cosby's TV wife for more than 8 years, is finally speaking out. She tells ABC News correspondent Lindsay Davis she learned about the claims against Cosby along with the rest of the world.
I can't even speak to those things and don't want to.
The sit-down airing on ABC News came just hours after Rashad was quoted on the website Showbiz 411, where it sounded like she was implying there was some sort of plot against Cosby. Here's the purported quote. Forget these women. What you're seeing is the destruction of a legacy, and I think it's orchestrated. I don't know why or who's doing it, but it's the legacy.
That was a misquote. And that is not what I said. What I said is this is not about the women. This is about something else. This is about the obliteration of legacy.
The only one who could salvage Bill Cosby's image is Bill Cosby at this point, not Felicia Rashad, number one. And number two, I don't even think he can salvage it at this point.
I couldn't believe it. He had drugged me.
All of this as 3 new Cosby accusers came forward at a press conference today. All of them wiping tears and claiming Cosby drugged and sexually assaulted them decades ago.
Next, I remember waking up in a bed with Mr. Cosby naked beneath his open robe.
Cosby was on top of me, kissing me forcefully. I remember thinking, why is he doing this to me? Even while wearing his wife's bracelet.
Cosby's attorney has vehemently denied all claims against the comedian. Tonight, Cosby begins the first of 3 shows in Ontario, Canada. Megan Walker is organizing a protest for tomorrow night.
It really shows his arrogance that he can stand there and try to be funny in light of so many very serious allegations. Really interesting because it's funny. I know the Cosby Show is in reruns and everyone assumes that we're this family that like has dinner every Friday night, but the reality was I hadn't spoken to Mr. Cosby and I felt that it would be kind of tactless, very rude to call someone and be like, hey, so let me have some money right now. And honestly, with the other checks that I had lined up, I didn't feel that I needed to make that phone call.
And the other strange part, Keisha, as you well know, is that, of course, now Mr. Cosby is facing all manner of allegations. This was taped back in March, this episode, so it didn't come up then. But, I mean, you're here. I have to ask you, what do you make of those allegations? People coming out and saying this happened to them, somebody who was such a beloved character for so many years.
Well, what I can say is this. I wasn't there. No one was there except for the 2 people to know exactly what happened. All I can speak to is the man that I know and I love. The fact that he has been such an example, and you can't take away from the great that he has done. The millions and millions of dollars that he has given back to colleges and education, and just what he did with the Cosby Show and how groundbreaking that was.
Were you shocked by the allegations?
Ultimately, they're just that, allegations, and, it's very much been played out in the court of public opinion, but we're still in America where ultimately you're innocent till proven guilty, and, I wasn't there. That's just not the man I know, so I can't speak to it.
Well, Keisha, good to have you. Great work raising money for Camp Kizzy, and we're back.
About the
the sexual assault allegations that were made against Bill Cosby, because you brought his name up. Why not go there? And you want to clarify what you really meant when you said the legacy of the show is now tarnished. You want to clarify?
Well, first of all, the interview I did was actually an interview about my music.
Yeah.
And we spent 20 minutes talking about my music, and then the very last question, the woman asked, "Do you think the legacy of the show has been tarnished?" So I said, "Of course, of course, it can't help but be tarnished because it's no longer on the air. It's been pulled off the air, and
other shows are off the air. It's not the only one that's off the air. There are many shows that are not being on the air anymore.
This show was specifically pulled off the air because of what's going on. So the fact that because throughout, even since the show, when we've had images that perpetuate the negative stereotype of people of color, we've always had the Cosby show to hold up against that. And the fact that we no longer have that kind of leaves us not in a great place in terms of having the wide scope of the images of people of color.
Malcolm, talking about images, take a look at this upcoming cover of Ebony. What does this mean to you?
We really don't have enough time on the show to really talk about how I feel about that.
It's kind of a fractured picture of the family, right? It's fractured.
Let's not forget that The Cosby Show was a sitcom and not a reality show. Let's just remember that this was a sitcom. We had writers and things of that nature.
There's things about that show that nobody's ever going to take away from you. It was a pioneering show. It broke ceilings for African Americans, and I think it's got to be viewed in a silo. And and you both need to be very proud of everything that show.
Thank you, and I think that's a show that we're all very proud to have been on. And Keisha Pulliam said a really interesting thing in that her perspective is the legacy cannot be taken away because all of the good that show has done cannot be taken away. The generation of people of color who have chosen to go to college because they watched that show and because they watched Different World, you can't take that away. And I think that was a really good point. That
I want to talk to you about a show that.
All right, Matt. We're running up over information now. All right, basically, for this situation, reason why I say it's also important because Bill Cosby, his daughter died at she wasn't old at all. His son already died. He was killed and murdered. His daughter in a way was murdered. The kidneys, stress oftentimes can affect a lot of the places on the body. The kidneys is one of them. She was stressing over her father's situation because they're trying to give Bill Cosby. They're trying to throw him under the jail, pretty much him rat in jail, him die. A lot of people say there's a lot of different things. They say he tried to buy CBS and the whole network, and he had a lot of plans that he was going to do with the network as far as more images where blacks is uplifted and moving forward. So that's what Bill Cosby said he had plans to do. That's either there or there. Malcolm... Malcolm from the Cosby Show, Theo, what Yo was saying was very powerful in the sense of, he said people still wanted to go to college, and because of that show, it made people want to go to college, and to this day, people also, if not for that show, if the people at the time that was inspired to go to college from that show was a part of the older generation, then a younger generation get to see somebody from an older generation in their family with a college degree and want to go to college. For the people who want to do that, but in Dick Gregory's word, we chose education over liberation. That's a whole nother subject matter. We can get into that later on. It's a lot of good stuff, man, coming up, man, but we're going to work your way in, man. Like my man Prodigy said, you don't give them the medicine. You got to put it in their food for them to digest it properly, man. So rock them to sleep easily, and then educate them, you know. In the words of Prodigy, man, you know, rest in peace, Prodigy, man, you know. But like I was saying with the Cosby situation, his daughter died. A lot of people saying it's stress. Harvey saying it's stress. Also, man, he spoke on the situation, you know, way better than I can. The Cosby situation is unfortunate because they're not gonna let it go. But shout out to the cast members, you know, Claire. You know, if I don't know the name about Hart, man, it is what it is. But shout out to Claire for defending him, and she understand that Bill Cosby, nobody was in the room. They all was supporting him. Even Whoopi Goldberg came out and supported Cosby, saying that we don't know actually what happened with the situation, so they can't just do it. Once again, this is an older case. We're not really, they bring the case back, but it's been happening, they said. The only reason why I'm recapping it, because his daughter passed recently, a couple weeks ago. And she was a supporter, and she knew that her dad was innocent. And I don't think it's a lot of other clips with other kids if they feel like their father was innocent or not. That's you know, neither here or there. But if it is, then we'll talk about the subject. Raven Simone said something about she want to see an open trial on television. Man, I think it was. I don't know the whole proper logistics on the case, but if we have to find out. But once again, Mr. Super Bowl 22 and 2. I mean, he pretty much, his channel, he speak a lot on these issues and he break it down a lot. A lot of clowns like Hannibal Boris and what he said, my man Carmichael and everybody else that get on by Bill Cosby, man. He also said that he didn't agree as far as, you know, he said he basically takes shots at blacks to get his come up, and a lot of other guys. He also said though, not just him, but a lot of other people. I mean, the missus, my queen, she's a Dave Chappelle, not really that funny to her. So you know, it is what it is, man. But last stand about saying it was cool. He did talk about Cosby in it. I did feel like it was entertaining, the situation. I didn't really think it was that funny, the segment about the Cosby situation, but you know, if people found it funny, they found it funny. Your taste is your taste. Like a lot of people right now don't like Faison because of what he said about Dave Chappelle and what he always say about Dave Chappelle, but man, so they also said Chris Rock does the same, and they said that joke of there's blacks and there's niggas, they said that caused a lot of destruction because people use that now as separation, man. But revealing approval information now, let's get into some music.
Don't know what love is until you've learned the meaning of the
Gotta get paid quickly. I serve fast food. I don't mean to disrespect you and be that rude. Watch me as I penetrate and destroy your whole crew. Like talking about all the personal things that you do. Lying on your dick. You ain't fuck that bitch. While you acting like you was scandalous. Katy Perry and that bitch. Man, I be flying and I'm blasting off them fireworks. Niggas spitting satanic bars. Watch this fire spurt. I don't know a lot of people ready digging in the dirt. Pulling up your president in your past, futuristic murk. I don't know a lot of people talking how I'm speaking now. Salisbury, Maryland, they know that I'ma shut it down. All off the top, like your mommy when she going down. I don't know a lot of people telling me that I'm a clown for the circus, man. I swear that it's not worth it. Killing people, I'm gonna reaping all the time that I be serving. 2 for 5s, Mickey D's, nah nigga, Burger King. Shout out to my brother Kane selling them things, and my niggas getting more bread than it's seems. Chicken at the chicken KFC, cannot fuck with me. Luckily, I will save your crew, that's to come with me. I will kill you niggas in one breath, nigga let me breathe. Moving in directions, hopefully you can see me. Visualize my mind and you can come with ease. Knocking on my door, hopefully not the police. Cause if I did it, I don't know, not my whole me, you would get riding on. Sorry, but you gotta go. Can't risk a 9 to 5, nigga selling that dope. Moving bricks all the time, swear I got that bad wolf locked out. You can no longer chase piggies no more. Moving in directions, hopefully that I was super soaked. Got these niggas wetter than a bitch on the swimming pool. Swimming pools, drinking full of liquor, oh my god, for real. Jesus Christ, can you please take my life and steer the wheel? Watch me as I kill this shit. Men in black, call it Will. Jada Pinkett on that side, my bitch is really real. Shout out to all my niggas that got that silly feel. I smoke black and mild just to get that silly feel. When I don't got grass, nigga, really I am real. Got that S on my chest, cause that's how I feel. Salisbury, Maryland, Superman, I am real. And fucking kryptonite, I would never get killed. Anybody disrespecting this guy, be for real. My lyrical intention, I be murking with the skills. And if you want that test, you can get drilled. Young Rain, AMac, gotta keep it real. And shout out to everybody that was in the field. Moving this and moving that, nigga really spitting ruthlessness. Yeah, Maryland to the day I die, man. That's who I do it for, Maryland. Hold me down. We gon' get big one day, trust me. I'm only 17 years old, but my vision is like I'm a grown man, so I do that grown shit, you know, like fuck hoes, smoke weed, and go tickle my big coat with some bad bros. That was a joke, but I'm serious, just thought you should know. Everybody claiming that they doing real shit. I got dudes in black like Will Smith. That's Men in Black, fuck the chitter chat. On that gangster shit, like where the fuck your niggas at? Everybody claiming that they shooting rockets now. I'm just trying to chillax and have a profit now. Marriage counselor or psychologist, that's what I wanna be. Yeah, I'm on my shit. Remember when I was just joking around? All middle school, I was the class clown. I do this one for Maryland. 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 Maryland, Salisbury. Making my album is necessary. It's like a diary of my life, biography to be professional. Alright, hey. Let me find out that I'm growing slowly. Everybody claiming that they are your closest homies. Shout out to my brother King, yeah, he my brother. Shout out to D-Lo, yeah, I trust each other, that we gonna make it. Nobody hesitating. Everybody claiming that you losing shit, they waiting to see you fall like a season. But I gotta keep winning, that's what I'm feeling to do. Everybody got issues. I'm trying to live life, fuck all these tissues. No need to cry, just move by and live your life successfully. Hopefully I'm successful in life. I do this one for Maryland. I do this one for Maryland. Maryland, we do it. I do this one for Maryland. I do this one for Maryland. I do this one for Maryland. Salisbury, Maryland. I do this one for Maryland. Baltimore. I do this one for Maryland. Ocean City, Maryland. I do this one for Maryland.
Fast forward time, yeah. If only I could fast forward time, fast forward time, fast forward time, yeah. If only I could fast forward time, fast forward time, fast forward time. I would give all of my nickels and dimes. That's a fast forward time, fast forward time. See, I was Fispo, a young kid from the hood, you the ghettos. Bad bitches on the block with stilettos, and the white shit will hurt your soul. Just in fact, mama in the bag, fucking up her nose. Uncle wicking that, work up on the stove. Gotta work, gotta move that dough. Everybody else in the hood would never grow, cause they get victimized to the shit that they sow. And they fucking heart, that's the fucking looking man. All this shit they see every day, I don't understand. How we gonna make it out and have some better plans, better goals, better visions, they fucking understand. The black man image all tarnished, I gotta bring that shit back, and I'm haunted by the fact that nobody understand the trials and tribulations as a black man. If only I can fast forward time, fast forward time, fast forward time, yeah. If only I could fast forward time, fast forward time, fast forward time, yeah. If only I could fast forward time, fast forward time, fast forward time. I would give all of my nickels and dimes. That's a fast forward time, fast forward time. Jehovah Witness knocking on the door, so I answer it. Mama in the back, smoking on them cancer sticks. If you can't get the picture, then eat some carrots then. Somebody need to help you with your vision. Permit to supervise for those that listen. This the hardship of that shit that's forbidden. That's Titanic, the way this shit wasn't risen. They all went down with nobody ever risen. Oops, I mean frozen the moment I'm going in. Everybody understand that this is him who say that it's rain, and he is once again speaking from the heart for you to worship him. Eventually I would be at the brim of extinction, but while I'm here, just blaze this shit in your ear. Friend holders, we here to take this shit. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If only I can fast forward time, fast forward time, fast forward time, yeah. If only I could fast forward time, fast forward time, fast forward time, yeah. If only I could fast forward time, fast forward time, fast forward time. I would give all of my nickels and dimes. That's a fast forward time, fast forward time.
Revealing improvement information now, you know, it's about to be the closeout. You know how we do. This next subject, once again, I'm continuous with the speeches, and very powerful speeches, man. The climate change is in the air, is very thick. That didn't change. Still a lot of people just being unfairly treated. This is the world period, but it is what it is. A lot of discrimination, a lot of racism. It was founded, built on it. Sex, murder, racism, whatever. We know the history of it. You know, this next speech, man, a lot of people can relate to it because they feel like that is them. They feel the same way. They feel like that you can't say that we are wrong for feeling this way due to the resume and due to the history. It's blatant, it's open in your face. So how dare you lie and say that no, we're not allowed to feel this type of way, or you're label us a terrorist if we feel this type of way, or you know, whatever other matter. A lot of people say that, man, but this speech, man, yeah, man, I'm not even gonna tell y'all who it is. I know I know y'all probably like, he would pick him, or you know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, this speech is actually a speech that hit home for me personally in a lot of places, and also a lot of other people. I mean, it touches politics. It touches being in a home, you know, like being somewhere that, you know, you're born, like in a location, but treated as a stranger or whatever. It touches a lot of stuff in this speech. The atonement is very aggressive to some, but to most it's not. There should be no reason for a lot of people to get offended by it, but nowadays people get offended by a lot. the speech, man. You know, we gonna get into more speeches, man. And like I said, the speech thing, I feel like it's very important because they can give a lot more game than I could. You know what I mean? I only could give game on a lot of things I know, but these clips and these speeches, they can give more guidance. Shout out to everybody that show love and support, man. But in my opinion, the speech is one that you have to pass down generation to generation. Correction. It's a speech that you will hope that you shouldn't have to continue pass it down generation after generation, because you will hope that there will be a change in to you know this the man that's fighting to take all the farms of South Africa back to the original owners. His philosophies also, I mean, shows a sign of change and people being tired, because you know a lot of people being tired. But on that subject, a lot of foreigners from the islands and a lot of other countries, you know, who are quote unquote considered black, also selective and pick and choose when they want to help or want to say we all one movement, we all down for the same cause. Some of them rock with you, some of them don't, or some of them fake. And man, so they'll go behind your back and be like, look, I rock with them, but I don't really at all. So for the foreigners, if we in this fight and it's really, I mean, people of melanin, and for the people of the good fight, because in the Civil War movement, it wasn't just, you know, we did have some foes and the good people to help us with the good fight. A lot of good white people, a lot of good, you know, Hispanics, and a lot of other nationalities, Asians, that was down for the fight. And a lot of them, some to this day, and most of the time, a lot of people are scared, but for the most part, a lot of people don't care about the struggle like that. Like, once again, like the farmer from South Africa said, unless you can go through it, a lot of people don't really care that it's happening to them. I mean, because it's not happening to them, you know what I mean? So, unless it's happening to them, most people, but oh man, I feel you. Especially if you don't look like you know. Like, just, a lot of people don't care what happened to cows and certain animals that we eat, but they more so care what happened to a dog and stuff like that. I had to use that example to basically say, you know, people have remorse for whatever they have remorse for, man. I can't really put in words enough about this speech, man. It's just, listen, Revealing the Proof of Information Now, episode 15. Educate yourself, man. Check it out.
I'm not a politician, not even a student of politics. In fact, I'm not a student of much of anything. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I don't even consider myself an American. If you and I were Americans, there'd be no problem. Those hunkies that just got off the boat, they're already Americans. The Polacks are already Americans. The Italian refugees are already Americans. Everything that came out of Europe, everything, every blue-eyed thing is already in America. And as long as you've been over here, as long as you and I have been over here, we aren't Americans yet. Well, I am one who doesn't believe in deluding myself. I'm not going to sit at your table and watch you eat with nothing on my plate and call myself a diner. you a diamond. You must be eating some of what's on there. Being here in America doesn't make you an American. Being born here in America doesn't make you an American. Why, if birth made you American, you wouldn't need any legislation. You wouldn't need any amendments to the Constitution. You wouldn't be faced with civil rights filibustering in Washington, D.C. right now. They don't have to pass civil rights legislation to make a pull-out in America. No, I'm not an American. I'm one of the 22 million black people who are the victims of Americanism. One of the 22 million black people who are the victims of democracy. Nothing but disguised hypocrisy. So I'm not standing here speaking to you as an American or a patriot or a flag saluter or a flag waver. No, not I. I'm speaking as a victim of this American system. And I see America through the eyes of a victim. I don't see any American dream. I see an American nightmare.
Why should the black man in America concern himself, since we've been away from the African continent for 400 years, 300 or 400 years? Why should we concern ourselves? What impact does what happened to them have upon us? Number one, first you have to realize that up until 1959, Africa was dominated by the colonial powers, and by the colonial powers of Europe having complete control over Africa, they projected the image of Africa negatively. They projected Africa always in a negative light. Jungles, savages, cannibals, nothing civilized. And naturally, it was so negative until it was negative to you and me. And you and I began to hate it. We didn't want anybody to tell us anything about Africa, and much less call us an African. And in hating Africa and hating the African, we ended up even hating ourselves without even realizing it. Because you can't hate the roots of a tree and not hate the tree. You can't hate your origin and not end up hating yourself. You can't hate Africa and not hate yourself. And you show me one of these people over here who have been thoroughly brainwashed, who has a negative attitude toward Africa, and I'll show you one that has a negative attitude toward himself. You can't have a negative attitude toward yourself, a positive attitude toward yourself, and a negative attitude toward Africa at the same time. To the same degree that your attitude, that your understanding of an attitude toward Africa becomes positive, you'll find that your understanding of and your attitude toward yourself will also become positive. And this is what the white man knows. So they very skillfully made you and me hate our African identity, our African characteristics. And you know yourself that we have been a people who hated our African characteristics. We hated our hair. We hated the shape of our nose. We wanted one of those long, dog-like noses, you know. Yeah. We hated the color of our skin. Hated the blood of Africa that was in our veins. And in hating our features and our skin and our blood, why, we had to end up hating ourselves. And we hated ourselves. Our color became to us a chain. We felt that it was holding us back. Our color became to us like a prison, which we felt was keeping us confined, not letting us go this way or that way. And we felt that all of these restrictions were based solely upon our color, and the psychological reaction to that would have to be that as long as we felt imprisoned or chained or trapped by black skin, black features, and black blood, that skin and those features and that blood that was holding us back automatically had to become hateful to us. And it became hateful to us. It made us feel inferior. It made us feel inadequate. It made us feel helpless. And when we fell victim to this feeling of inadequacy or inferiority or helplessness, we turned to somebody else to show us the way. We didn't have confidence in another black man to show us the way, or black people to show us the way. In those days, we didn't. We didn't think a black man could do anything. but play some horn, some sound, and make you happy with some songs, and in that way. But in serious things, where our food, clothing, and shelter was concerned, and our education was concerned, we turned to the man. We never thought in terms of bringing these things into existence for ourselves. We never thought in terms of doing things for ourselves because we felt helpless. And what made us feel helpless was our hatred for ourselves. One of the things that made the Black Muslim movement grow was its emphasis upon things African. This was the secret to the growth of the Black Muslim movement. African blood, African origin, African culture, African ties. And you'd be surprised. We discovered that deep within the subconscious of the black man in this country, he's still more African than he is American. He thinks that he's more American than African because the man is jiving him and the man is brainwashing him every day, telling him, you're an American, you're an American. Man, how could you think you're an American and you have never had any kind of American treat over here? You have never. 10 men can be sitting at a table eating, dining. And I can come and sit down where they're dining. They're dining. I got a plate in front of me, but nothing is on it. Because all of us are sitting at the same table, are all of us diners? I'm not a diner until you let me dine. Then I become a diner. Just being at the table with others who are dining doesn't make me a diner. And this is what you got to get in your head here in this country. Just because you're in this country doesn't make you an American. And no, you got to go farther than that before you can become an American. You got to enjoy the fruits of Americanism. And you haven't enjoyed those fruits. You've enjoyed the thorns. You've enjoyed the thistles, but you have not enjoyed the fruits. No, sir. So I point these things out, brothers and sisters, so that you and I will know the importance in 1965 of being in complete unity with each other, harmony with each other, and not letting the man maneuver us into fighting one another. I say that again that I'm not a racist. I don't believe in any form of segregation or anything like that. I'm for the brotherhood of everybody, but I don't believe in forcing brotherhood upon people who don't want it. As long as we practice brotherhood among ourselves, and then others who want to practice brotherhood with us, we practice it with them also. We're for that. But I don't think that we should run around trying to love somebody who doesn't love us. Thank you.
Yeah, man, so revealing approved information now. The speech speaks for itself. Man, Brother Malcolm, very powerful. And the same thing with a lot of the people in hip-hop that are rebellious, such as Tupac. They said No Limit was off the chain, couldn't control them. They said 50 Cent to a certain extent, you can't really control them. Pimp C. I'm trying to think of more people who got basically blackballed and banned from hip-hop, or just because hip-hop is for a lot of people a form of political content, and for the most parts it is for the people who still appreciate hip-hop, not for the people who just get on the track and just mumble and sound like garbage. So it is what it is. And basically, me saying all this to say the speech is very beneficial to a lot of people who feel this way, and people often start feeling this way in our community. They get their reality checks on. If you was like a taller person, bigger figure in middle school, you get your wake-up call early, and you kind of pick up and see what's on, because a lot of kids is more intelligent than people think. So don't just listen, man, but hopefully somebody will have the strength to fight and form God body. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So with that being said, we have to understand the full principles of what exactly should we do to, overcome a lot of these situations, because most of the time a lot of people don't know what to do. But you just have to keep pushing, man. And a lot of people don't want you to keep pushing, but you just got to keep pushing. We need more guys of the former, and people hate my Haitian brothers and sisters, my Jamaican brothers and sisters, my Dominican brothers and sisters. Everybody stay unified. My European brothers and sisters is down with the fight. My Asian brothers and sisters, you feel what I'm saying? My Latinos, we are unified. I mean, all that racism is what, if you belong in another ethnicity and you're strong and you advocate about loving you and your own, you can do that without being racist and spreading hate. I mean, we down, but we picked and we selective about the fight. Yeah, man, but that's a negative. We ain't gonna do it, man, but you know what time it is. It's the segment. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that show love and support the podcast. Yeah, man. So shout out to the Freight team. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody that continue to show love and you know they support. Shout out to my man, everybody that see the potential and the growth in the situation. And shout out to everybody that, you know what I mean, continue to say, no matter what, just keep doing you know, the podcast. Shout out to everybody that say, yo, you gonna make it, just keep doing you. Shout out to everybody that see that what I'm trying to do behind the scenes, you know. Shout out to the people who don't. Shout out to people that hate. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the enemies. Shout out to the people who care, you know what I mean, about changing the world, man. Shout out to this next generation coming up who has the advancements to not judge you on your color, but to judge you on your personality. Shout out to the elders that had to make the decision to say, we're gonna fight. We're not gonna, you know what I mean, force complete control. We're gonna do whatever we can, and hopefully they grab the baton. Shout out to the ones that grab the baton to continue fighting. Shout out to that former in South Africa. Shout out to him. God bless him, protect that man on his journey, because whatever he's starting is about to be something very powerful, because a lot of people feel this, and it's like a, for the people who think that it's nothing, then you could think that it's nothing, but you know, from anyway, long story short, shout out to him, man, and God bless him and give him the strength around him to go through with this plan, so we can all, I mean, support this man. Shout out to the ones that think that this will fail. We still got love and pray for y'all. Pray for the enemies. We spread nothing but love and positivity. Shout out to the ones that understand financially what we can do to increase wealth in our community. Shout out to the ones that try to help fight, you know, diabetes, because it's one of the major causes in our community. Shout out to the ones, and God bless you and give you the strength that you can acquire all of the tools and information for you to accomplish the goal of defeating diabetes forever. So this isn't a problem that continues to affect a lot of people around the world. Shout out to the people that continue to make a difference and move forward. Shout out to the real hip-hop heads that continue to put out good content. Shout out to the Virus Show. Shout out to Mr. Superboy 222. Shout out to Willie D Channel. Shout out to CNN anyway for putting out the fuckery, but we can decode and know how to, I mean, break it and reverse it and educate. Shout out to the ones who pray on the downfall. Your negative energy, we recycle it and put it out as positive energy, because we can't be broken. Shout out to everybody, man, the family, man. I love y'all. God bless. closing, man. Episode 15. Hey, all right, man. Episode 15. I know what time it is, man. It's that segment. We close it out. Shout out to everybody, man. Smoke your Newports. Smoke your Purple Haze, whatever your strain is. Your Khalifa Kush if you out West Coast. Your 40 if you drink your 40s. Your wine if you drink your wine. If you got you a good book. Yeah, man. If you in a good service right now, when you went to a good service, a good podcast, man, a good movie you just seen. If you seen the Black Panther and you actually got the concept and the message of it, shout out to you. Shout out to people who didn't get it. If you got something that's a good meal right now, if you about to spend your last little bit of bread, yeah, man, on something delicious, man, shout out to you. Get your grub on. If you got your little bit of money, yeah, man, if you got a new situation as far as your relationship and you feeling nice, if you just jump the broom, yeah, man, if you got your pills, your Xanny, do you? I don't support all of this, but you know, if you got your lean, sip on. If you drink your still, do you? Your Amsterdam. If you a Henny guy, yeah, man, may all the Henny guys reunite. Yeah, man, if you do whatever you do you? Get turned up. If you got a game, I mean, you need to try and get this MVP, go do you. If you work hard, amen, and you don't get enough credit for it, and you feel like that you don't employ them right, whatever, do you, amen. Everybody who continue to spread the love and feel like that they can push the generation forward, man. God blesses to you. Spark up, live your life. For everybody to get high of life, my sober heads, do you, man. Be high of the vibes. Everybody else, man, you know. Appreciate everybody listening to the podcast. I'm gonna keep you updated. Some nice videos. If you just dropped the Fire album, get high. Yeah, man. What more can I say, man? Revealing approved information now. Episode 15. Yeah, man. Y'all be hearing real soon about the album. Shout out to the family, man. Everybody I communicate with. Y'all know who y'all are. Yeah, man. Revealing approved information out there.